Well, UFC Qatar. Arman Tsarukyan taking on Dan Hooker. Before we get into this week's breakdown, just want to give a big shout out to 10-7 MMA, Dana Black, and Pro Schmo. Lethal and I were invited for UFC 322. Sorry we didn't have anything to record to be able to share here, but we had a fucking awesome time collaborating with those guys and really good picks, really good perspectives, and yeah, just want to give those guys a shout out. But happy to be back on Lethal Toad and happy to hang out with you again, Lethal. How you doing, man?
Hey, fantastic, brother. Good to be back with you. Like Toad mentioned, we were invited, which so we went. So we weren't able to do our pod, but it was actually really fucking cool fun. Really cool cats, man. I've never met them before. And as Toad said, man, all different ideas, all different sort of perspectives. Just what MMA is about. There's no right or wrong here. It's not maths. It's not 1+1 = 2. MMA there's no maths to it. So I really enjoyed it, guys. I did not enjoy speaking to you guys that week. So we're back going hardcore right now. We're going to hit Qatar. We're going to give you those picks, and hopefully we get it right. Now I'm going to say this, Toad, before we start. I want everyone to listen about the location we are fighting in right now, okay? Every single person. We are fighting in Qatar, Saudi Arabia. Now, we've been fighting there a long time. I don't do politics on this channel, but I'm going to say your president and Qatar and Saudi Arabia are very, 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 very tight. So my card, I'm going to tell you, is going to be very Qatar-based right off the bat, all right? I'm just going to leave that. The location here has very much influenced me. Not even the fighters. I've been influenced by location, everyone, okay? I believe there's a bias, fucking, there's something weird going on. So I'm going to throw that out here. I'm going to pick these fights. I'm going to pick them with odds. I'm going to pick them with fighters' skills. But there's always going to be one thing that's going to influence me during this whole fight card is the location of these fighters and where are they from and who are they representing and what region of the UAE. I find that that's going to be very important. You guys might disagree. I don't know whether Toad, you disagree,
Yeah, Lethal,
but I
I'll
was
just kind of kick off with this, man. Like, it's no surprise whenever UFC stacks their cards up and down with their, very select sand lizards. These guys definitely have a crucial way and swoo with the judging. A lot of these fights are grapple exchanges, wrestle exchanges, control time. We're seeing judge scorecards quite a bit. Unless we're getting like a submission or something on the ground, because sometimes the pressure is awesome and it turns into a finish. But a lot of these can be some weird stall out fights, and man, the biasism has never been more harsh, in my opinion, than anywhere. Not even just Qatar, but Abu Dhabi and some of these places, man. His Majesty really has a plan. So be
yeah.
careful. Be careful with
So
your betting here. I'll say that. I'm definitely gonna hedge some of these just decision props. Quick recap, I guess, if you want, Lethal, from last week, since this card isn't anything super spectacular, minus like select fights, of course. Um,
yeah.
how'd you do last week? I saw you mention it was plus. It was good.
Yeah,
How'd that
yeah,
go for you?
yeah. I made $800 profit. Now
Nice.
I missed the whole 12 parlay and
Don't
shit,
say it. Don't say
obviously.
it. Don't mention
You
his
know,
name. We
but
all listen.
but
There's a name
but
we all could say, which was the parlay buster and
hey,
the prop loser. We're not
actually,
saying
did
it.
you did you know how lucky I was? I'm going to tell everyone how lucky I was. So when old mate, we'll call him old mate now, right? We won't mention his name. When old mate Durden bailed out, Cody Durden bailed out, my parlay bets got cancelled. I forgot to reignite them with old mate back in them. So when old mate lost, I lost nothing. I never. But if he did it, if that happened in the real world, I was like you guys. All of you guys, I was done. He would have finished me.
Two things.
I got away with that one by fluke, brother. I just forgot to reignite the Cody Durden parlay. I just forgot to put it in.
It's not Durden, but yeah, I know what you're saying. So Wallmaker, I think, was one of the best locks in terms of a fighter to win by negative numbers because he's got one way that we know and it's proven, and it's his hooks, his knockouts. Dude, Cody showed up and fucking brawled with him. They each sat and exchanged it. I respected to get to see Wallmaker be tough for the first time because normally he's not hitting the brakes. He's on his own gas pedal. So it was a level up learning experience for him early in his career. Got the jitters out. A lot of that hype off his shoulders, for better or for worse, because some people really flourish with that kind of power, like Prates, right? Morales, another guy. Those prospects do sometimes just keep a good, energy surging with highlight knockout after highlight knockout streaking. Smaller weight class, Wallmaker, not the biggest of guys. I expected his test to be a little higher, but that just kind of goes to show you that we shouldn't count this guy out from climbing some rankings too. Cody's going to be on the rise of that division too. He can fucking certainly give it. He's got a spectacular amount of knockouts in his own regard. The biggest thing that hurt me in that fight by prop was I didn't get a finish. I expected in 15 minutes we were going to get a fucking knockout. But it's kind of why I tend to stay away and I don't overly invest in smaller weight class too. I love all those knockout artists down there. They're fun, the TK artist, Joshua Vans, but at the end of the day, it's flyweight. I had like a rule. Bantamweight, flyweight, all these guys. I said maybe even featherweights where I drew the line with Diego Lopez and some of those other finishers. I will never overinvest in just a finish only with those guys because sometimes you just get a beautiful 15-minute fight and other times you get a beautiful 25-minute fight. Those fuckers can scrap. So get into the middleweights and heavyweights. I love those knockouts all day. So if you didn't have those welterweight fights by finish individually, you kind of missed out, man, because Morales and Prates are just, that's how they get it done. They have one clear path of victory, and it's picking you apart with spectacular striking. Like Leon and did shit right. Real quick, just to wrap up with him, he was going away. His guard was coming up. Fuck, he even tried eye poking Prates and missed. He knew it was coming, but that's the advantage of being 170, tall, lengthy, snappy sniper. You really can just zap. So I'll kind of shut up about that card. But yeah, I'm happy you hit hard, man. Morales was a nice individual hit. Made $200 or a little more than that. And minus not getting a finish in the Islam and Jack fight, that would have cashed me out a couple different 4 and 5 leg parlays on method and finish, plus like 2,000 prop. I wasn't too bad overall. I made some money as well. Not about as much as 800, but didn't have a losing night. So we still continue to push like 40 something, almost 50 units at this point.
And to let everyone know, I spent 300. I put 24 different parlays in, man. The ones that I pick and the ones that I think are going to go stupid, I end up with 3. I got an 8, which I cashed in. Because when I posted it, there was still 5 legs left on that. And I went, no, I'm cashing that fucker in. I got a 5 and I got a 4. The 5 I got all by the last main card. I got by either finish or by a fighter. And the 4 was just a basic. That was the first 4 of the actual card. So that was the prelim. And the 8 was just before fucking BSD, man. Sam Benil Daru. So I sort of went, fuck, man, you know. So I bailed out on the 8, but like I said at the beginning last time, Toad, for me, I'll pick 12 today. I will stick by that. I will post these fighters. But during the week, man, like I'm going to sit back and go, I think this might happen. This might happen. And I will also say this, not because I can change, because I follow the MMA community. I listen to the community as well. Okay? It's not all me. I listen to the community. I see what's going out there. I'm a 24 person that's in with this community like you are, Toad. And I accept other people's opinions. And if some of those fucking opinions fucking logical and seem legible, I have no issues. I'm going to throw this out there. Matsy Betts, thank you. You were one of the parlays, bro. Your parlay got me $394.
Very nice.
So that was from Matsy Betts. That wasn't mine that I made up. I got it from Matsy Betts. So hashtags Matsy Betts for the submission, the knockout, and the decision.
Yeah.
He did that parlay. I watched it. I put 50 on it. It got me 594. Thank you very much. That was from him, not from my brain.
Yep.
So what I'm saying to everyone is, we can only give you one moment today in about 2 hours. But as time goes on, you will see that people change. And, you know, we're entitled to change our mind too. Not change our original opinion, but I'll always stick with my card. But at the end of the day, there's other people out there that pick some cool shit. It's about going through the bullshit people and the ones that actually sit back and go, you know what, I can see that fucking happening. I can see. There's one here today I'm going to talk about. It's one of his bets. He's already posted it. I find it very interesting. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, so yeah, there's some sharks definitely in the game, and they're pretty known at this point. A lot of those groups, if you want the full picks, it's a buy-in. It's a, you know, you're paying for it, and well, if you're up units, that's great. You know, Lucrative James, I think, is the highest unit capper of the year currently, and his measure of units not bad. So yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh, mate, does it for
All
free.
I'll say is this:
cool.
is I throw out a lot of finish props mostly. I don't really do a lot of decisions versus money lines. Like, you know what I mean? The props got to be really fucking worth it to be that greedy on a long leg if the payout's going to be not that much more. So a lot of this is just looking every week at method, props, the submissions, knockout, and decisions. And if something's absolutely crazy, like Joe Piper by decision, hey guys, I'm sorry, you know, I tried coming out here, you know, like he just gets a 15-minute decision where he's clearly winning the striking exchanges, but he doesn't get the knockout. That might be like a plus 1,200 prop because so many people think he can only hit knockouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all you're doing is looking for extremely like decent fades. Neil Magny's, your plus 4,500 moneyline fighters are incredible to do the same thing as those long shots. And it's so much safer. And you see so many beautiful cycle parlays is what a lot of these are. Submission, decision, knockout kind of trios. But it's so sad when you see so many 2 legs completed with that 3rd leg missing. Versus like, oh, fuck, if I would have taken money line, I would have respected that Moreno had the ability to hit a TKO and Figgy, and I would have hit that bet. You know what I mean?
I would say this on his side too. His last post, he actually did a graph, right? And he actually said, like, you know, he did the 100 grand one, he did another 100 grand one, but he said between the 200 grand ones, he missed 14 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's honesty. That's why I don't mind looking at it. Yeah,
that's why they're like 100x payouts. It's like, over the next 100 weeks, can I hit one of these grand slams ever again? And so, yeah, it's the same thing with like those 8-leg method or the 8-leg distant parlays I make where I determine like all the knockouts on a card or submissions. Those hit really hard too. But see, that's only lethal. That's only like a, I don't know, plus 3,000 at most, plus I guess the last one I hit was
$5,000, brother. He's putting 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, 3,000.
Yeah, he's hitting hammers, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't got that. You know what I mean?
I don't know like his promo kickbacks and affiliations, but I'd imagine the highest renowned cappers that have a paid subscription system, their measure of unit's gonna be pretty decent as well. Versus like you're in my measure of unit. You know what I mean? So. That's what gives those guys all the spotlight because I guess they're the ones consistently hitting it at a high level, right? So, but I promise you, Lethal, I promise you, in your villages, your long shots, your underdog parlays that you include within doing this in the next 2 years, just based on missing so many of these 3 out of 4, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, but having the outcome of the fight go so close to that way. Like someone just barely surviving around while you have that
That's
person
more
by
fun.
like a fucking
I love
knockout or
that.
submission that breaks it.
That's way more fun.
But Lethal,
Way more fun.
think of a killer that goes out and you have him by finish. You know how many of those cycle parlays fail because I had him by knockout, but instead he got the
Yeah.
submission. Like Bonfin, I thought he was going to submit Randy Brown or Brown was going to knock him. So if you
The
had
knockout.
Bonfin, how many of you had knockout versus Brown? I sure in the fuck
No
didn't.
one. No one.
So how many
No one
parlays
had
did
a
that break
knockout.
versus Lethal? If you just respected someone like Shavkat, more times than not Hamza, right? He's had a few decision wins that ruins that idea, but so Charles, Oliveira, get your finishers and make fight by finish with them. You know what I mean? Those parlays can blow up very consistent. But the only question you have to always look at and say to yourself is, against another killer, how much can I just bet to say this fight doesn't go to the judges? Now you're hitting
That's why
tons more
last week's
shit.
card.
See what I mean?
Remember last
So
week?
that's why I'm over
I said to you, last week I said to you, it's going to be hard to find the finishes. Those fights were going to be fucking. I didn't know they were going to be that stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't realize some of them were going to be that fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
We definitely called that too. We were like, yeah, I'm not going to get overly invested in an outcome by finish on this card. You got to weave it. In hindsight, guess what? The flash knockout artists, they end up being the safest. Dariush not having a chin, that one's not bad too. So those three as a three leg finish parlay all fucking day. Those are the ones that you want. Like guys who are actually in the midst of getting their finishes and are consistently doing it. It's either this way or nothing. You know what I mean? So,
hey, so brother, can you start this fight? Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yep, sounds good. So, anyway, sorry, we don't get to catch up and really, do much outside of this pod right now with work schedules and stuff. He's got time off work now to do this with me, so appreciate everyone holding down the shop. But yeah, sorry, we just like to actually geek out, catch up a little bit on how we did. So I'm happy you hit. And yeah, Home of Fight, that group's pretty sharp. Maddie, the question's always like, well, if it's been 30 since he hits and it's like 100x payout, well, yeah, keep throwing them, right? You're just planting seeds. Eventually one's going to hit. I did see that he was playing 2, though, so that's cool that he's giving 2 ideas on this. I could see that being a lot more consistent for him. But yeah, we're going to continue to hammer by methods that you just seem to dodge more bullets and can get some more consistent hits, but it's not the crazy payouts like that, right? And that's what makes it so sharp. So you guys drop some shit in chat. Let us know what your favorite picks are, your methods, your underdogs, all those things. And maybe Lethal and I will do a community like, here's a 3-leg. His idea, my idea, your idea every week. Top comment. It'd be a fun segment. Hey, Lethal, I got an idea.
Yep.
I want to do a fucking segment where you have a lock, I have a lock, and someone that we feature each week has a lock. Like it almost like you're inviting a guest on a show.
Yep.
Like I want to know Schmo's lock of the week. I want to know MMA Jesus's lock of the week. I want to know Dusty's lock of the week. And you and I build, do whatever you want with the rest of them, but do a 3-leg every week with those 3 things.
And can we add one more onto that? Can we add the lock and the long shot of the week?
Well, yeah, no, 100%. So long shots are always a fun thing to like, you'll have a long shot each week. I'll have a long shot each week for sure.
Yeah. The long shot of the week, the lock of the week. Yeah, that would be fucking cool. I love that. That's awesome.
When I was catching up with Pap, I was telling him actually like, hey, he likes making that kind of graphic work. I've been doing that kind of stuff back in like 2020, 2021 when I first started. Like, here's my lock, here's this, that, here's my favorite underdog, here's this person. All these fights by finish. I do every fight. Does the fight go to the judges, yes or no? And I would do kind of like Tapology. You're trying to be round specific.
Yeah.
And
absolutely,
I would go through that list and find my favorite locks of those finishes. Like, yeah, this one at this value at the casino, this just makes so much fucking sense. And you know, it's no surprise everyone in the space kind of does a featured segment. So for sure, put your stuff together. We'll put my stuff together. We'll, if you want to collaborate on it, let's do your dog, my dog, and then your lock of the week, my lock of the week. Make some 2-leg parlays, just like, you know, Lethal Toad.
Yep.
You know,
so I'm in.
It'd
We
be a
can
cool way
even
to
run
get
it
the
because
channel growing too, I guess. You know what I mean? You and I haven't really done much with that channel, so it'd be a cool way of trying to interact with it more, maybe.
Yes, 100%, brother.
So,
I agree with you, man. I'm even going to, okay, so today, how about we throw in a long shot and one lock for the week? No parlays. We'll just pick the card. We'll pick the one long shot just for today for everyone. Just test drive it. The one long shot and the one lock in for the week. Yeah. And you can stop whenever you get to your lock in or long shot. You don't know what mine is, and I don't know what yours is. So when we get there, we will stop. If someone has to stop, we might not even get there. It might all be, we might not fucking even have, I don't know. I've got one. I've got one long shot. I think you know who it is. So yep. we'll probably get there when we get there.
If you're not following along on your computer, I'll just kind of tell you each time as I pull up a fight, and we'll get the.
No, I've got it here, brother. Got it all here.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and kick things off.
Yep.
First fight, we got Denzel Freeman taking on Merrick Bujo. I actually don't mind Freeman in this spot. I know was he an underdog, I imagine? Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, sorry, down under, the first 3 fights, they haven't given me props on.
Okay.
So I only get props on from Ryan Loader.
Yeah, I generally look at props more after the pod because more things have finally updated from hitting midnight my time, and I start to have like my Thursday props. So on like finishes at least.
I did go through the stats. I did have everything. I do like the Freeman as a TKO. I really don't know much about these fighters right now at all. I did go through some footage, not much because I was so much more interested in the main card, but that's why I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to do pretty good today, Toad. I sort of got Freeman, but what did I have? I do have, where are we down here? You got Freeman at 6-1.
I think he's pretty well rounded. I mean, he's going to get it done with his striking, and he can mix it up if it's not going this way. And I think when you get up to these higher weight classes, the thing you got to respect is one man's athleticism and ability to grapple gives such an advantage when, you know what I mean? There's this in-between brawler section of heavyweights that just mop around and cost her around. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily always getting knockouts, but they totally could. So it's weird to fade it. I understand some of these guys going to decisions and making extra money that way. But man, is it risky when someone can threaten a submission and knockout because they're just naturally so fucking big. You know what I mean? So I think this is actually a good kickoff fight. I don't mind it. 2 debuters.
I did take Belugio, Mark, if I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Gilo.
Yeah, Merrick.
Yeah, I am.
I really.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're probably going Merrick, you're thinking by knockout.
Sub. Or sub. 50-50 he's got.
Yeah. I was going to say.
I don't know.
I'm trying to imagine him not having better grappling than Denzel and just masterclassing a sub unless he knocked him and was behind him and just fucking cinched it up, you know, like a Yuri.
Yeah, so it's got a Kimura, ankle lock, a ground and pound, a ground and pound, and a ground and pound. So round one.
That's fucking. Yeah, do you think he's going to be that dominant on Denzel on the ground in this matchup?
I don't know. Denzel's got a 17% either or, and then you know what I mean. His stats. I'm just going by stats here because I don't really know these fighters that well. But if I'm just putting my money on it, I have to go, man. Just for his stats, there's a finishing record right there. It's finishing in round 1. if he needs an extra round to finish him, then he gets an extra 5 minutes, or he gets an extra 10 minutes. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
if, by the looks of it, brother, I've got to go with Belugio
Yep.
by finish.
By finish. Yep.
By finish.
Yeah, I think submission or knockout is your if you had to pick though.
Yeah. I'll give you the. Have you got a prop on that one?
No.
I've got a prop
For a
on it.
prediction, do you got submission or knockout if you had to pick? Gun to the head, submission or knockout, pick one.
With the 50-50, I think he's going to take Freeman to the ground. I think he's going to use his submission skills. Does want to go through the hands of Freeman. So, and he's got a 50. It's like I said, he's got the 3 knockouts, the 3 submissions. He's got an ankle lock in there as well. And I like he's got an ankle lock in Kimura's. They're not submissions that people throw around all the time. You know what I mean? So he's just got a bit of diversity. He's got a bit of he's got a more extensive grappling game. So probably go submission on this one, brother.
All right, we'll see. Yeah, I like Freeman by knockout. I think it happens in the first 10 minutes though, for sure. All right, moving up the card, we got the fucking Eagle, Alive taking on Shaq Rock. Fucking who's that?
Yeah.
Patty's teammate, and this is his UFC debut as well. So
yeah,
tough matchup for Shem because I actually do think he's like a good. We should see him fighting someone who's kind of at their losing streak / also someone else debuting, and I think Eagle's fucking. He's part of the. He's not officially part of Khabib and Islam's little wolf pack. You know what I mean?
No, but
he definitely fits the fucking part. His cardio, his pressure, his grappling. He's a fucking just gas pedal kind of guy, and he never fades. And from what we've seen absorbed, he's pretty tough. He can take a shot, but he's normally so dominant. He's not putting himself out there, and his shot absorption rate is very good. He's not taking a lot of damage in these fights. So that's where I'm saying it's a little tough for Rock. This is going to be a pretty interesting fight in the sense of like, well, he's not so bad like a lot of these guys with submissions. And so if you have a very dominant grappler who is mixing in his strikes in his own regard and smart with his kicks and his timing and his punching, of course, but like when this fight finally goes to the ground, you know, Rock actually has an ability to fucking get something just very oddly, like an arm or an ankle or just something that all of a sudden plays Uno on this fight. So I'm not going to get overly zealous with Eagle by moneyline prop. Unless it's got like just pretty good value, because I'd rather almost just at the very bare minimum say fight to go. Well, not even the judges this week as much, but yeah, just like a small sprinkle on Shem by submission as an upset. What do you got for a prop on that, Lethal, and what's your prediction on this one? I'm going Eagle. I think he's again masterclass, but man, from a betting standpoint, he's got to be a high favorite, and you may not get good value. So maybe just sprinkle on the upset and move on.
There's no props for the first 3 fights, brother, so I have no odds on this fight at all.
I'm pulling up now. So
nothing. Yeah, nothing's come up.
Let me know what you think.
But yeah, so look, eeny, meeny, miny, mo for me. I didn't even really go through this fight, brother. I was so more interested in so much more. But I have to go with what I did study. I didn't go through film, went through stats. I got to take, you know, you've got to take the brothers. You've got to take the location. You've got to take, they're not brothers. You've got to take the culture. You've got to take where everything's happening. And that's how I picked this fight. And I picked it without the odds being said, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be all on the side of the Eagle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all day. Eagle, yeah. High ceiling. I think it's, you know, he's one of these prospects that will keep his undefeated record, like Mashayev and these other guys coming up that just, they're little motherfuckers until they get to top 15 guys. at the very least. So I think he's well on his way. Just to catch you up with some props too, I pulled it up. Merrick is a plus 154. Denzel's a negative 200. And
Wow.
I don't have any finish props, but if that line holds true, then we can expect Merrick by finish at probably plus 200,
Wow.
which I think is a great one. But I'm definitely hammering fight by finish in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, so with that, I'm going to go with you in that. Like I said, knowing that there's a finish in this fight, and I didn't know Merrick was the underdog too, so I had no props, so I picked
He is
that
an
just by stat.
Tapology. Just he is the underdog on the bookies, so that's a good
Yeah,
recipe.
yeah.
That's a good underdog recipe for sure.
Yeah, nice, interesting.
Kind of for like a coin flip fight, you know what I mean? Take the plus money.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm saying I'll probably pick Freeman, and then my bets by finish, and I'll still hit, and then I'll sprinkle on the plus money Merrick too.
Yep.
Does like a extra boost if he does pull the underdog upset. But I think it's actually worth a little sprinkle right now at plus 160. That's probably going to go negative. You know what I mean? It's not. The fight it shouldn't be swaying one way or the other, in my opinion. So, anyways,
you want to
Eagle,
sprinkle some money
to
on.
no surprise, is a negative fucking like 300 for me, the Eagle. So that's where I was just calling it. He's negative 320. No value in that. No value at all in that. So maybe you look at his finish or decision props and try to strategize maybe a double method, submission, or decision win, something like that. All right, ready to move up the card?
Yep.
All right,
all ready to go, brother.
Fucking Ryan Loader. Man of Steel taking on Ismail Nerdyaev. Loader is another one of these like Bo Nickel kind of recipes, right? He's got that really decent background and he's a great wrestler, but just because you can wrestle doesn't mean you can mix in the striking and how do you take a shot, and it's not ever like from a fitness, weight cut, cardio level. It's literally just a technical level and an experience versus some of these guys that different parts of the world culture, they've been fighting since they've been young for different reasons, right? So these wrestler dudes show up and get absolutely fucking starched up and pieced apart. I honestly haven't been one way or the other on this one. I've been back and forth. Originally was like, oh man, fucking Loader. No, I'm just having those Bo Nickel vibes, and then I don't know. It's another one of those fights where I almost am more swayed from a betting standpoint to take the underdog and just dodge the bullet otherwise, like as a small sprinkle. Because Ismail could definitely mix it better than Loader can all day in the actual striking aspects of this fight. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm trying to bark. Not from a betting standpoint, but from a pick standpoint. I don't know if I'm trying to bark, 2 fights in a row. So I'm ever so slightly gonna go with Loader, but I don't know. I have tough vibes about this one.
I'll let you think about that. I'll go through my spiel. We'll come up with our theory, brother. So here we go. Loader, the American wrestler, coming out, wants to represent American wrestling. He said that himself at the house. That's where he came from, everyone. Okay, he went through the Tough Series, got through the house. Didn't even win the Tough Series, by the way. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, okay, didn't even win the Tough Series. So obviously everyone in the Tough Series, whether you get a contract or not, we all know that you all get eventually at some stage. So Ryan Loader is here pretty much. I think he's 1-1 in the UFC or lost his last fight. Could you correct me on that one?
Yeah, he's 1-1 in his last 2.
He's
last 5. So, it's really the last 2 in the UFC.
Yeah, so look, I was going Loader too. And the only reason I was thinking Loader was more memory muscle. Oh, wow, Loader from Tough. I went, oh yeah, $2. And then I went, wait there. Hold on to your fucking horses here. Stop. Just fucking stop. Okay. I went, let's fucking look at old mate. Loder's fucking opponent, fucking. The names this week are going to be intense for fucking. Who's announcing? Is it Bisping? Fucking.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have a great time. But at the end of the day, I was just sitting back. Loader just doesn't have this, man. He just doesn't have it. I've got fucking a TKO and a sub on not on Loader, man. Old mate's paying right here. And I love this prop.
Yeah.
I love this as a double chance prop. Ismail for fucking a $2.70 by TKO or submission.
All day. That's a great
I
one.
love that prop.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful fucking prop.
The wrestling, just like the other fight, dude, the wrestling from Loader could totally put him in a nasty spot where we just get an upset submission. So I want to see these. Like,
is he that good a wrestler though? Is he that good a wrestler? Like,
no,
is he
but
Kamaru
you know what I mean?
Usman,
Like someone who
Covington?
just cinches up like a last weird triangle, or you know what I mean? We see these wrestler guys that are still kind of finding their way in UFC be too grapple heavy. And it doesn't always happen, but yeah, sometimes they get in a submission where it's like, fuck, what was that about? They just kind of got caught out. You didn't respect your opponent capability to cinch something up.
And like you told, it did toss me up. But actually, I sort of just had to go on, why am I picking Loader? Why am I looking, before I even did my study, looked at the thing and went, wow, Loader's fighting. I went to pick him. And I went, why am I picking Loader? Well, like, what's the reason? Like, all of a sudden, you're, is that because you remember him from the Tough series? Is that because you remember his last loss? And then I actually thought back, I went, actually, he's not memorable at all. I just remember him from the Tough series, but I also remember that you did nothing there, and I don't think you're going to do anything here, and I don't think you got the experience as yet. And again, what annoys me, man, is anyone who comes in and says, hey, I'm going to represent Great American Wrestling. I'm going to bring Great American Wrestling back. I don't know what the fuck that means. Okay, there's only one fucking wrestling. It's called Dagestani wrestling right now. And at the moment, it's the greatest fucking wrestling.
Georgia, for sure.
I don't know who's going to, but stop saying it. You can only say that if you're Randy Couture, you're Colby Covington, you're Kamaru Usman, you're Brock Lesnar. Brian Loader can't say that.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not he's not there yet. I hope he does. I would like to see America have a great wrestler come back. It would be amazing to see
it
someone
hasn't never
dominate.
aged the best since Askren, you know. Askren was like the last time we had that high expectation, high ceiling. And then like, makes sense. Done. Yeah.
So I want to see it come back. I just don't know. DC's talked about this many times. He said this whole country used to be wrestlers that dominated. What happened? And he's asking the question, is it what in the country or is it the change of the sport?
I would argue that jiu-jitsu's leveled up a lot more than wrestling has over time. Wrestling was an early dominant thing where everyone was getting surprised and caught out. And wrestling, it's a skill set that's more about awareness and knowledge than physicality, right? It's about that wisdom, that experience, that time. And that's why so many of these sand lizards get these wins, man. They've been training at it since they were young. And if you wrestled in high school and it was your first year and you wrestled someone who wrestled for 5-6 years on you, it showed, right? So my thing is like, well, it's just about awareness. And dude, MMA's been in the spotlight for a long fucking time now. And all the secrets have literally been recorded. And so you can expect these camps, these teams all around the world figuring shit out, having ways out of this, ways out of that, don't do this, don't do that. They're playing fucking chess legitimately at all times, not even just in striking, but where they put their neck out, wrist control, different placements, positioning, you know what I mean? And then there's the whole feinting game, the actual poker side of it. So I don't know, man. it's an Rubik's cube that I'm happy to share with anyone who likes to listen in each week with us, and I appreciate you for bouncing these ideas back and forth because yeah, we like to hit our underdogs, and these cards are really opening up with a lot of value, a lot of opportunity. These dogs, especially the ones that get disrespected a bit the most. So, yeah, comment like I said. We'd love to see who thinks who's your favorite dog of the week. There's a bunch of good ones, both from a betting standpoint and pick standpoint, and they don't each line up. So take advantage of it. But you're going Loader as an official pick.
No, definitely going Nadine, bro. And definitely the odds are $2.10 to $1.74. It's a flip 'em basically. There's not much here. Like I said, there's only finish odds in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Who's your pick,
this
though?
is down your.
Who's your pick?
This yeah. I'm going Nazaddin,
Okay.
Ismail.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Ismail is my first pick on that one. Yeah, I don't think Loaders. I just don't see the pedigree of the wrestling yet from him yet. Seen pedigrees of wrestling. I'm Australian. I'm not a wrestler. I don't go through what you guys went through, but I've seen DCs and I've seen, you know what I mean? I've seen Islams and I've seen Chimaevs and I know, and I've seen basic wrestling. And then I've seen cool wrestling, and I've gone, okay, I can understand what's good and what's not. And I'm just working him out yet, and I don't think he's got it. I think he's going to get finished.
Yeah. No, I see this fight by a finish also. And even if I may or may not pick Ismail, the bet by him by finish is pretty solid in this, I'd imagine. Submission knockout.
It is, mate. So yeah, $2.70.
Yep. So yeah, not a bad prop there. So we'll have some fun with that one. I could even see myself at 370 versus whatever money line Loader if the prop gets high enough. Playing it both sides if the props are decent enough on each side, even if I'm sprinkling a fade or something. So that's kind of a fun one, I guess. Moving up.
It is a fun one.
Moving up, we actually have a fucking banger prelim fight. This one's worthy of the main card. This one's definitely worthy of the main card, in my opinion. Bescott is going to be taking on fucking Taporia, bro. Ilya's brother is going to fight someone who's actually not an easy here you go fight. Besgrat is he's got tremendous pressure and he's got fucking some striking that drops and hurts people. I remember the fight with Umar is what I remember him by the most, where he absolutely fucking demonstrated that he's a bullet. So yeah, I don't know if this like kind of shell and tight I'm gonna fight just like my brother style is even good in this fight because Bexot could just totally fucking pop him with something unprojected, quick pressure, just scrappy kind of fight. Less technical kind of fight. So it's another fun fight also in my head where I've been back and forth. Am I going with the experienced and bullet, or am I going with a ceiling that I can still expect to be very high, but we just don't quite have enough yet?
We don't know. Not enough information.
What we do know has been like both impressive and not at the same time. So when I break it down from that standpoint, that's where I'm really thinking that Beck's gonna have a shot in this fight. So whether he's an underdog or not here, I'm not gonna let the brotherhood of a successful fighter hype too much in what I see in the inactive, and then I'm coming back to fight again. Brother of his that's just simply not in the same league, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Bexot on this as an official pick, but we'll be looking at the props on and playing the underdog here. Fight by finish is another possibility here too. I just really like this one by a finish. So yeah, we'll see what this one turns out to be. What's your pick on this one, Lethal?
Brother, I don't know whether I got brought in by a Hollywoodness or fucking the Taporia name. You know what I mean? As soon as you hear it, like for example, everyone, when Shevchenko's sister came into the UFC. And you would think, I've talked about this sometimes, brothers and sisters and family and legacy on our pod. And I'm like, and she fucking was disappointing. She's not even close to her sister. Now, here's the question. Now you got these two fucking dudes, right? Fuck. We got the Tupper brothers. We got the Shevchenko sisters. We don't know, with the Walker brothers, like, everyone's walking their own path. But what I'm finding is, out of all those three fucking sets of names that I threw out, only one brother's walking a path at the moment, right now. Not both, not together. Only one's light seems to shine. You know what I mean? But here we go. I believe in the Topuria name, and I believe, because I've been watching a lot of footage on the brother, by the way. This is something I have been catching up on. And, wow, them training from together as well, from 4 or 5, they both trained together. You know what I mean? They both did it together. And everyone's forgetting, man. This is why everyone's talking about Topuria, about his boxing. Yeah, it's awesome. He's knocking people out. Everyone's forgetting Topuria is fucking a jiu-jitsu fucking master, man. He started on the ground. His skills started on the ground doing BJJ, plain and simple. So did his brothers. They both started the same. So I'm going to make this call right here, right now. Topuria via submission at $6 to 1. I'm taking that.
Yeah, that's a solid bet.
It's $5. It's $5.50 the knockout. It's $6 to 1 for the sub. I'm going to get sucked in by the name, everyone. Sorry.
What's in by finish? With just both. They're definitely worth, some sprinkles on each at the bare minimum.
So the double handsome in $3. 3 to 1.
That's a great parlay piece.
3 to 1. And Balzac is $2.85. So 15 cents difference between the two.
If I take Bexot, what's his knockout prop? It's either he gets
his knockout.
He's getting, like you said,
320. And that's why I'm going to the ground with Topuria, because of Belzat's knockout, right? That's why I'm thinking he's going. That's why I'm sort of throwing it this way.
And lastly,
so 320
fight by finish, the fight to just not go to the judges.
Hey, not to go. The fight go the distance. Yes, it will go the distance at $2.46, $1.50. No, it's not going to the distance, dude. According to the Flock of Seagulls, this fight's finishing.
I agree
at $1.50.
Yeah, that's a parlay piece for sure.
So Belzac's submission is 19 to 1. His knockout is $3.20. Topuria's knockout is $5.50, and his submission is $6. And his double chance is $3. Topuria's not a bad bet if you're thinking finish, and all you got to work out is who's going to finish. If Topuria's finished, you're making money.
Yeah.
If Balzac's finish, you're making money on the TKO.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. This is so obvious. I'm betting Bexot by knockout, and I'm betting Topuria by submission, and I'm betting him by knockout. I'm playing this 3 ways.
Because you got
I'm
money.
I'm not going to be mad with whichever hits. I'm going to make money either way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's what I. It's really the odds aren't even in.
Let's go ahead and do it.
The odds aren't even in who wins or loses. If we go through the fucking props, there's money to be made in the fine print, brother. You know what I mean?
Let me read you my props though, because you have that crazy Australian shit that I don't get. So I only have them at a plus 220 knockout for Bexot, and then Topuria is plus 430, and Topuria's submission's plus 500. So the biggest thing that sucks about that is the Bexot knockout being 100 less. The submission's 100 less also. And I think that's his clear road to victory. I don't see him wanting to strike and be on the feet. So it doesn't mean it can't happen with a ground and pound, or maybe catches him. It's not like he can't throw, but I expect he doesn't want to be there. So submission.
3 to 1 for
Yeah.
Double chance,
Double
not too
chance for
bad.
him. Double chance. I got him at plus 200, so 100 less there.
Yeah.
And fight to go the distance negative 190. So again, I'm gonna just open up with the submission prop at plus five. Plus 500 for his submission's not bad. I'm still gonna sprinkle on that, and I'll think over his knockout prop. Honestly, I don't know. I'd rather do this submission prop and Bexot's knockout.
Submission prop. Nah, that's why I only went submission. I never said knockout. Everyone's thinking about, oh, Ilya's got the greatest hands. His brother's got the greatest hands. Let's use a bit of thinking here. They both started as BJJ when they're young. Fucking, his hands might not be as good as his brother. They may be as good as his brother, but let's have a go. We got to look at the opponent Ilya Alexandra Topuria is facing right now. His hands are fucking amazing. So, not amazing, but they're intense. They have meaning. I don't think I want to stand in front of that unless the brother thinks he's as good as his brother. If the brother thinks he's as good as his brother, that might be his downfall. Or maybe he is as good as his brother.
He's not. He's not. But no, I understand. Like there's, I think he's smart enough
before
to
his
know
brother's
his place.
first time.
Yeah.
In Australia, we saw Topuria fight in Australia on the Vault card.
Yeah.
And he won by decision, dude.
But it wasn't that he looked like a one-sided kind of fighter either. Like, you know what I mean? He had moments in that fight too where he wasn't super impressive to me, and that's just still not super impressive. Seeing that Thickness was a step-in opponent as well, and Thickness went on to actually have another fight that again he gave another guy problems to or whatever. So, or, it basically didn't age the best for Topuria from what I was looking into and thinking that, well, I see this guy having a ceiling unlike his brother. You know what I mean? That's right.
Yeah.
They're just two different guys entirely. So I'm more impressed at the level I've seen Bexot fight. The fight with Umar aged pretty fucking okay with me. And Brad is a loaded fucking cannon when it comes to cardio and pressure and grappling. So I kind of just like this guy to be dangerous enough to still, if for whatever reason Topuria threatens to get this fight to the ground, he is just as much dead to rights as anybody striking tonight. I see this fight being a finish. So I like Topuria by submission. And I'm going to sprinkle on Bexot for knockout, which is my prediction as well, just to support the
definitely. Yeah, 100%. The money's in the smaller fine print, I'll call it, in the props, smaller props. There is a finish here. Flocks of seagulls are gone for the finish. If you want to pick who finishes, that's up to you. If you don't, it's up to us. But at the end of the day, the money's down that fucking corner, Toad. I'm with you, brother. I'm definitely with you. Again, I'm parlaying with this fight only for my legend parlay. I'm playing with it, play money. I'm not getting into the real money till we get to the real fights. Or not the real fights. Let not me be rude to all the fighters on this card. I apologize. The fights that I want to watch. How does that sound? I mean, the fights I want to watch, man. So sorry, Mr.
Next last fight on the early prelim, or the prelim. Yeah, we got fucking Abdul taking on Rafael Carrera. He's definitely fought some tougher guys. Didn't have it go his way, so it's tough to hold that against him. Honestly, to like some degree, it all matters like who you fought, not so much how many wins do you have in this game. So it's like another weird fight because I still think that Rafael can just show people like there's a reason why there's world rankings involved in a fighter versus being unranked. Yeah.
It's the jab. The odds are crazy, brother.
35 years versus 24 comes with its own advantages and disadvantages, but the obvious one is like a little bit of experience and things too, knowledge. And that's where this Abdul guy, you know what? He's got the frame to be a big fucking upsetter, man. He's pretty big guy, good reach. He can definitely pop you. surprise you. You know, he can land a finish in any of his fights. So I don't know. It's a really tough one just based on fight experience. Um, having it, but not having it go your way, like Raphael. And that's why I still look at Abdul like, you know, he's as live as any other to get a finish in this fight and win.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Look,
it's tough. It's a tough one, but I would go Abdul just based on where he is now. Coming off 3 losses back to back, even if it is like, oh, we can point our fingers and go, but the level of opposition was so good. That's why it's a loss. It's you still got to look at a loss as a loss, and that also means damage. That also means injuries. It's not like you come clean of every fight. You know what I mean? So these guys start to get cracked and popped a certain way. You start to find some exploits in their game. Abdul totally can knock this guy out, just like a lot of these other guys at the weight class. I mean, this is a knockout division. This is a submission division. We don't often see judges here. So I like Abdul, but yeah, it's a weird one for sure in the sense that it's still a debuter, and sometimes we get overconfident on those guys too. So
look, I'm all Abdul here again. Location, location, location. The youth of him. You know what I mean? As in not the youth, as in youth, but the
acclimation, like
experience. Yeah. But you know what, mate? Raphael is like his odds are like $9 to 1 over here, brother. You know, like fucking hell, like I don't know. These are massive odds. You know what I mean? Massive.
Yeah.
$9 to 1, and all of his fights have all finished. TKO, finish, body kick, finish. I'm sort of with you, man. Like, I'm with Abdul, but I'm sprinkling a bit on the fucking dude.
Yeah.
I got to. At those odds, I have to. I have to.
Yeah, when the 97% of the world on Tapology is picking 97% of the world's picking the man on Tapology, that's kind of dead to rights. So the bookie should absolutely give this guy like a plus 500, 600 prop at the bare minimum. Even though it's 205, it's that he should be getting fucking zapped by Abdul and the fight's over.
Hey,
that's
one
what
round.
That odd indicates to me, anyways. So
at $9.50, or what you would call a plus 1,000, you know what I mean? Down this end, your end will be like,
bro.
Yeah,
I have to share a stat with you. Raphael, he's got 73% of his knockouts, 6 of them coming from the first round. This guy, obviously, he's fighting as a fucking motherfucker. He's a bruiser. He's going to come out. You got Raphael at knockout at plus 1,400 prop. Oh, fuck. That's a sprinkle. That's a fucking sprinkle, my guy.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to go safe, but I'm going to tell you, at those odds, at $9.50, I'm asking why he's even in the fucking UFC.
Yeah.
To start with. Why are you even there? Why did he even Dana put you on
negative 1,500 lethal? Abdullah's negative 1,500. That motherfucker, you know what those odds suggest? That if this fight occurred 15 times, this motherfucker wins the fight all 15 times. That's the ratio of making money. That's terrible, dude.
That is crazy, right? So obviously, I've got to go with the 97%. I've got to go, but
yeah,
lethal hand and lethal toe MMA. Me and you, I definitely sprinkle something on that other fucking shit, dude. At fucking nearly 1,500 plus, like, wow.
Yeah, like I said, I gave him his flowers. Like, I know he's been losing these fights, but you got to respect at least who he's losing it to. And prior to losing these fights to who he's lost to, he absolutely was fucking smacking people in the first 2 rounds. So he's got one of those guys. His kicks are nice, but he can fucking send it and put you out at any moment. So fight by finish all fucking day. Fight by finish all fucking day. But I don't. Yeah, I got Abdul winning the fight also.
His double chance is 11 to 1.
Raphael's?
Raphael. Raphael's double chance is 11-1.
Oh my God. Okay.
11-1. Come on, you got to sprinkle on that, dude. You might lose every parlay because of fucking Abdul, right? Up till then, every small pick and shit, he might fuck your day. That might be the dude, but I got to sprinkle on a finish for Raphael, and his is 19-1. Like, he points it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's going to point it out. I'm just saying the odds are so crazy. I got to spare $5. You know what that is? That's coffee money.
Yeah. You know, it's
A cup
funny.
of coffee.
I just sprinkled $5 as well. So funny we say the same amount of money. Like, yeah, it is.
It's coffee money.
It's
Dude.
bullshit money. Yeah. I just took him by the Yeah, I took him by the knockout initially at 14. I think that hits. But yeah, it could be a submission too. We'll see. It's definitely safer.
But yeah, definitely going Abdul. But this is more about, hey guys, this is one of those. It's just one of the long shots. People are going, is this the long shot you're picking, Lethal? I'm like, no. I lock into long shots. I don't pick them. I lock in. This one is what I'm letting everyone know. I'm very interested money-wise in this particular long shot, just because at those odds, I'm asking the question, why are you in the UFC? So I'm about to find out. And you know what? For $5, all good. If he loses, my parlay still go. Wins, I get $55, $5. I get 11 cups of coffee. So either or for me, $5 sprinkle is all good. Everyone's going here. I'm going with them with you, Toad, but you know us, dude. We do like the dollars, and we do like to see some crazy fucking odds, and that is crazy odds.
Yep. And this is just like it could be the other way. Abdul being his, his first big fight in UFC. And Raphael, imagine if he did have a win or two. So he could be the plus 500-600 guy by finish. I'd be riding that too. But when someone's negative 1,500 in a fight, I don't care who they're fighting. Sprinkle on the opponent at the very least. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
His money line's like also plus 800. That is just absolutely fucking ridiculous odds you don't get every day. That person's extremely dead to rights. And in some regard, it's who the fuck are you, Abdul? You haven't been anybody yet. So
yeah,
all right.
Yeah. So what
moving
the
up the card, finally into the
do you know what?
Prelims
Sorry, it just nearly sounds like a setup. I know Dana White loves the gambling, man. It just, the odds are so mental. So mental. I believe someone's going to be making $1 million out of this fight tomorrow, dude.
Yeah. I say you take a long shot this week and you have that guy included in it, just because holy fuck with that smack.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Like
I never even thought about that. I'm going to go with you on that. I'm going to pick him as one long shot just for those, the stupid parlay.
Yeah, I'll take him by and I'm going to pick at 1,100. I won't be too.
And I'm going to add him. I'm going to add him with my actual long shot, and I'm going to see how that one goes.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving up the card, we got Alex Perez taking on Asu Alambeov. I really like Asu. I think his pressure's solid. Yeah. He's got kind of that combination in his game where he can come forward, he can dish it. Losing the cap, we all kind of expected that. Mikel's got kind of a fucking or Manuel's got a fucking ceiling, dude. He's another one of those guys that just keep him active, keep him fighting, and he will continue to win so many more fights than he loses. And Asu really, I don't know, he offers like a decent enough physicality where if you can prevent his wrestling and you limit him just to his striking, he's definitely human. You can definitely come back and win in the fight. He normally eats everything you throw at him as he controls, as he, wins time, wins points, wins striking. So with Perez, he's not been doing good. I'm surprised he's around, like he's probably another loss or so from being done. Truthfully, I think that. I just don't see it going his way much. I don't think he's going to be part of the UNC squad that as he starts to get into his mid-30s, he's continuing to pull up these big underdog wins and keep his contract at the end of the day. So I think Asu takes this one, and maybe Alex's soul in the octagon, and this could be it. So we'll see. I can imagine him doing a send-off fight of his choosing back home, United States. So, anyways, going to Sue. Who do you got for me on this one, Lethal?
Well, you're going to love me for this. This was an easy pick. I'm going to sit back and go, I've been going unks and aunts and shit and this and legends and stuff. You know, sometimes I get sentimental with my picks. Sometimes I look at people that I've watched in their peak, but then I forget them not in their peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm actually not the person that forgets someone's last loss. I'm actually the dude that remembers their last win. You know, I forget their losses. So after going through today, I went, wow, fuck, Alex, I forgot, man. You were the guy once. Mm-hmm. You were nearly then. You weren't even the guy. You were sort of creeping up there, closing in, but you sort of never made it. You know, top 10, close to 4, 5, not 4, 5, like 6 or 7, then drop.
He lost the down fucking all gangsters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and I just don't know. But what I do know is I'm sort of looking at this, a new generation. We're looking at the Pratezes and shit coming up. I saw that week after week. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We're all going to get old and we're all going to slow down, and young folks do come out. And we saw Pratez. I personally thought Pratez couldn't fucking do that to Leon Edwards. I was very wrong. That guy's, and you know what? He might not even have the same skill as Leon Edwards, but he's hungrier. He's younger. I don't know whether he's fitter because he smokes, but obviously he's, you know, all day. So I have to go with Zoo. He's the new boy on the block, brother. I'm in all the way. I think he's got a big fucking future in that division, and he's all the good. That was an easy one. Was a Zoo. I think Perez, you're right. Unfortunately, brother, you've had all this time to try and get there. Mm-hmm. All this time. You cannot tell me you're trying to fight for the belt anymore, because you must know, honestly, as a fighter by this stage, if you're Alex Perez, you must know, okay, the belt's out of the fucking question. This is just about turning up for paycheck now. And I'm not saying you're turning up for paycheck because you don't love what you do. Don't get me wrong. This is not about the belt. You must know is never going to happen. Azu, on the other hand, he's actually moving towards the belt. So that's where we're looking at the two projections of these two fighters. And that's with you, Toad. One's on his way down, brother, and one's climbing the ranks on his way up, and the records speak for themselves at the end of the day.
Yep.
The record speaks for themselves. And I just think, if I can see it, you want to go, you love your finish props. I see a finish by a Zoo here, bro. By TKO.
Yeah, you don't think a submission's a possibility if the fight goes to the ground?
You like Alex Perez on the ground, though, man. Like, yeah. Honestly, he reminds me of fucking who is it? A little bit of fucking Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, that scrambling, you know, that.
Yeah.
Very fucking. I like him on the ground. He's Oliveira movement. You know, I'm not saying that he's as good as them. I'm just saying when they're on the ground, they're scrambling, they're moving, intense. He's always got a good chance. Perez, if I have any chance for Perez, be for Perez on the ground, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually would go opposite. I said if Perez was two in this fight, I don't think it's on the feet. I think he will scramble. I don't think.
So I'm gonna put this piece of the puzzle together real quick. You got the last loss for Masoud by knockout, and the last win, the only win of 5 last fights for Alex, was by knockout. So, I mean, I'd look at those props from there. Asu to get knocked out. What does that pay for Alex as a dog in this fight? Moneyline Asu is going to be my pick if he's not too heavily favored to win. I think he's a good
So basically,
good lock.
the props are saying opposite of what I said. They're with you. Alex, $6.75 TKO, $13 submission.
Yeah.
Azu, $11 submission, $6 TKO. So it's reversed.
What's
I
$13 submission?
For Perez, $13 for the submission.
What about for
and Asu is $5.30 on the nose for the sub.
It's not bad.
Alex Perez, Azu for the. But here we go. If we think Alex Perez is done, right? Mm-hmm. We think he's done. We both agree with that, right? We think Azu's going to win.
Yep.
Azu by knockout is $11.50, and Azu's double chance is $4.
Yeah. Not bad. Honestly, I would rather just sprinkle on the submission and knockout separately for him.
For Azu, because the odds,
you make way more money.
Yeah, there's way more money, brother.
Yeah. Way
more money. So I sort of went the opposite, because I'm going, Alex Perez, man, I know you got that submission game. I know you got it. But Azu's just a fucking mental cunt. He's just fucking crazy cunt. And he will I think he's just going to destroy him. The finish prop here is pretty good for Azu.
Damn, that's fucking sad.
Number-wise.
You want to know my props? They're not as good.
What's that?
Asu's knockouts plus 1,000. Asu's submissions plus 430. Perez knockout plus 550. So yeah, I'm playing this by knockout on both sides.
Yeah, so on my end at $11.
Quick, fight to end by knockout plus 400.
Yeah. So Zoo in Australia, everyone, it's $11.50. So you put $10 on a Zoo, right? You get $111.50, $115 back. You know what I mean? So it's $11.50 for a Zoo by knockout, $5.30 for the finish. On Perez's side, you're looking at $6.75. So $10 gets you $67. And the submission where I was going, I'm going to throw $10 on that shit just for fucking fun. It's $13.
Bro, what do you think about this? Fight 10 at knockout plus 400, and then fight by submission by Asu. You're covering yourself on the other side for a little bit of kickback if it ends up being a finish, because it hits if either fighter wins by knockout. But you expect it to be Asu by submission. But you're also adding in ground and pound and other things too.
Boom. So, boom. Boom.
Yeah, I'm going to play
that. And I can see Alex Perez scrambling on the ground, trying to do something and trying to fucking go opposite. So whether he gets it or not, like I said, I'm all with Azu on this fight. If we're trying to just have a bit of fun and throw a bit of sprinkles on everyone, that's where we're going, guys.
For sure. Okay. I like your work here, man. Like, I love that throughout the card, we're going to take some of the biggest fades and have some sprinkles. And at this point, with like 3 or 4 of these, I think one of these hits and makes our nights, because the payouts are 10x plus, right? So not bad.
I'm loving that the Rafael Cerreca sprinkle, brother. I'm really excited about that sprinkle there, because the odds were fucking...
Yeah,
when we watch that fight, that's going to be fucking crazy. I got to go and grab more Hooter. Give me 2 seconds.
Do your thing, man. All right, moving up the card, we got Nicholas Dalby taking on Sagid. This fucking dude's got crazy jiu-jitsu from what I saw. Like elite level grappling jiu-jitsu. Fucking sambo. Like this dude gonna snap your shit. Dalby, good fighter in terms of mixing it. He's got solid cardio. Minus getting, dropped by Randy Brown. He had been resilient up to this point. I don't think we're getting a knockout in this fight. I think it very dominantly goes to the ground and we fish for submissions, and I think we get him. I don't know if Dalby is able to wrestle his way up to his feet and work around. I mean, I think we're just going to see a power advantage. Just like Brown, we expected to be much better in the striking. Saget's just going to take him to deep waters and be so much better in the grappling. So if Dalby's able to keep this on the feet and mix in his and he's got a decent fucking kick and shit, he can hurt people too when he starts to counter strike. Dalby could absolutely on the feet fire back and make himself part of the fight, but I think this goes to the ground and Saget chokes his shit out. I'm almost curious to look at these props here, Lethal, because without even looking, I'm assuming
I nearly got sucked in with this one, brother.
Yeah.
I nearly got sucked into the Dolby prop here. I nearly did, but I'm not going to get sucked in, bro. I'm not doing it.
My question was,
I'm not risking it.
My question was, Saget's such, in my opinion, a lock on this fight. He's going to win by submission on the ground. The prop can't pay that much, right? What's the prop? Do you have a prop on that one? I don't.
Yeah. So I do, brother. And I'm telling you what. Sega. No. I do not have a prop on him.
Yeah, I don't either.
Wow.
So they probably are making an adjustment, trying to figure out where people are in this fight. My guess is everyone's hammering Saget by submission.
Oh, I got it. I found it. Okay. I've only got one prop. One prop and one prop only. Just the win and the lose. Dolby $3.62 to $1 and $1.29 to $1. So $10 would make you $2.90 if you were going Sagra.
Yeah. No, I'll take a submission prop or else I'll fuck right off and I won't get nothing. Yep.
Yeah, so, and you know what? And I'm just to go where I was going. I like Dolby.
Yeah.
Dolby's actually lost me money, by the way. Made me money. He's lost me money because I underestimated him. I always have. Always have. And I think I'm going to underestimate him again this week. All right? I'm going to go anti-Dolby this week again. But with that being said, I'm not even picking him as a long shot or anything, even though the odds are great. I do see this part of the world taking everyone that's entering. Nicholas Dolby is one of them. You're going to get finished on the ground. I'm with you with the sub, 100%. And Dolby, I wanted to do, when I saw your name there, brother, I was like, oh, it's Dolby. And he's touch and go. Can I call him Dolby touch and go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on.
And I'm not risking
that's just a good way of describing. He's either on or off, or you see him just losing the fight right in between. That's what was so significant about that Brown knockout. It's like, okay, he's just done, I guess. Like, he's just not going to survive this one.
So, Dolby, I'm not wasting my good hard-earned money on you anymore, brother. I'm done. I'm done. And if you do surprise me, doesn't matter because I'm not really putting too much into this fight either. You know what I mean? Like, this is sort of one I could see going to decision too. Honestly.
Yeah.
This one I could actually, I could literally. Dolby's cardio is pretty good. Hey, let's give Dolby some props here. The guy's there for a reason, not because
Dolby's
he's $9.
A good underdog sprinkle for sure. I think we very dominantly see Saget go higher levels than what we've already seen Dolby. That's the issue. But yeah, I agree. He's a good underdog sprinkle. I wouldn't be like donation or something, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely for that fight. I think by this stage I'll probably have to go for that toilet break fight, brother. That might be it. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm just going to have a feeling. I see Dolby doing the stupid breathing through his nose for for the first 5 minutes and skipping around the ring. I could probably see this going to maybe around 2 or 3 finish, or maybe around 3 finish. Not for Dolby though, you know what I mean? So,
yep.
But Dolby does have that cardio. He does have that grind, and he's not a pussy. Let's give Dolby something here. He's not a fucking pussy. He does fight. He does entertain when he wins. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're a point fighter, Dolby. I'm just saying I think you're going to be point fighting this fight, brother.
Yeah, no, I don't see him getting away with the finish in this fight. If he does edge it out, it's because he's probably the more active striker. He's the more active, knees, clinch. He's the one trying to inflict damage. And I see Saged kind of being very focused with control, grappling, just trying to hit the gas pedal and do the obvious thing on the ground. But if it doesn't go his way and Dolby does resist well and gives him some adversity and then chops with some kicks, Dolby's got fantastic kicks. We could see this fight go into a late, very interesting third round for Nicholas Dalby, where again he'll lose you some money. So I would agree that
Can you see where I'm going here?
Dalby's a great sprinkle as an underdog, but I'll probably look at the Saged props by submission as part of a cycle or two this week. My unit size for a cycle isn't shit because it pays so high when you hit a 3 or 4 leg cycle. So I'll play around with that one probably as a first leg.
So we're talking about long shots, brother. I went past it, so I'm going to lock in my long shot for the night before we move on. Okay? Oh, no. There's a couple more coming up. Sorry, not yet.
All right,
I got too fucking hands for you.
If you're all set. Okay, awesome. Moving up the card, we got Luke Riley taking on Bogdan Grad. I like this fight a lot. I think it's a good fight. It's good, it's a good matchup. I'm gonna go Luke Riley, but I think Bogdan isn't. There's so many good fucking dogs on this card. I think he's, without knowing his exact underdog prop, I think Bogdan's a good underdog prop here too. But I like Riley as my pick, and Riley by finish. Was it submission, knockout? Yeah, it's knockout. Yeah, right. I'm gonna probably look at his knockout prop, and then look at the money line prop by Grad.
So what do you want? Where are we, brother?
Luke Riley.
Here we go. Okay, let's have a look, my man. Oh, wow. $2.50 for the TKO. $18 for a submission. Yeah. $3 by point.
And what's his? What's Bogdan's method and different options? Money line.
Yeah, Bogdan money line TKO 775. I like that. 625 by points. $14 by submission. I like the props on Bogdan either or. His Bogdan's double chance. Let's look at what's more interesting money-wise, right? Luke Riley's all about the same, but Bogdan's the interesting one here. So Bogdan's double chance is $5.60, so nearly 6-1.
That's
plus 600.
That's definitely a sprinkle. And then you bet Riley by knockout and probably like a two-piece parlay or something,
Yeah, but definitely
plus 250 if you're looking isn't even anything to go super crazy on either. You know what I mean? This weight class, these guys. I mean, Riley, sure, likely by knockout, but I almost wish he had at least plus 300-400. You know what I mean? So I almost need to parlay that one, I think.
Riley's only a parlay piece unless you're going to go for the knockout. He's only a parlay piece, brother. Everyone's going $2.50 for the knockout, or Riley $18 for the submission. So obviously there's only one path to victory for fucking Riley here, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Only one way. Bogdan is sort of on the other hand. He's $19 and $18, and everyone's thinking he can't submit Riley, and he can't knock him out, and he can't double chance him, and he can't even do the points. Points are 7-1.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is a underdog that I'm very interested in, as in the finished props of this dog. Parlay-wise, on my parlays, because my parlay sort of started from Perez and Azu, right? So basically where I start investing my money is from this fight on with Azu and Perez. So I went Azu. I'm sort of like going, I'm going Riley on these parlays, but I'm telling you, the sprinkle on Bogdan Grad is very, very, very good.
Oh yeah.
And
Anytime you can get a plus 1300 when clearly his opponent's the better striker than him, and so his camp and his game plan probably should be to at the very least mix it and offer the grappling. Because I don't think it's much of a
so,
surprise Riley will fuck him up on the feet. So I could see, but if it did happen for Bogdangrad, submission being live.
I'm actually going to parlay Bogdangrad in a couple parlays, brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to mix him in through a couple parlays. Do you know you get those stupid upsets? I believe, you know, those upsets that fuck your fucking, not your night, because we love the fights, but fuck your fucking parlays.
Yep.
I think he might be one of those ticks in the box. I think maybe Sakura at fucking death money at $11 and shit might be a tick in the box. I don't know why. I've got a spidey feeling on that fucker. But yeah, Bogdan is definitely a very interesting one. And I think Bogdan might do the upset. I'm probably going to 50-50 a few parlays from there with Bogdan, man. I'm very interested in Bogdangrad, man.
What do you think
following him.
What do you think about fight just to end by knockout at plus money?
Let's have a look.
I know a submission prop's fun and it's definitely worth a sprinkle, but I personally don't see Riley winning by submission. I see him winning by knockout, so I almost like fight to end by knockout. The fight not to go to the judges is negative 150 on that fight, so I think that there's honestly better value otherwise. You know, that's nothing to write home about. So, but yeah, Riley.
Look,
he's only plus 150 for my knockout prop lethal. So for me, 150 isn't really much. Like, yeah, I'll still parlay that, but I'll make it very light sprinkle. Like, it's just not worth anything on its own to me to hammer.
Riley belongs on my whole legend parlay. You know, when I need to get the whole fucking card, that's where I put him on because there's not much money to make on him. You know, there's only money to make on Bogdangrad here. There's no money to be made on Riley, even by the finish, all by the knockout. It's unless you parlay the knockout. The knockout's not too bad. It's $2.50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've got to guarantee he's gonna. You don't have to pick the round. You don't have to pick anything. The submission is pretty crazy, though. You know what I mean? Like it's $19.
That should be his path to victory. Am I wrong? Like to imagine that it's not that Grad can't have an exchange where he upsets and hits Riley with something he didn't expect, and okay, we get a knockout too. Definitely hit both props to some degree, but the game plan should probably be stay off the feet with this guy and take him to deep waters.
Yeah,
and that happens to pay out 3 times as much. It's crazy.
I see ground going to the ground, man. Again, if I'm fighting someone, Toad, and he's carving me up like in a street, what do people in the street do? They tackle him to the ground. That's why most things end up on the ground because people can't stand up and fight. They panic. They panic. They get beaten up. They tackle. They push them on the ground. They're on the sidewalk, and then they're doing that. I think this is what Bogdangrad's easiest path to victory would be that stupid $19 to 1 submission.
Yeah, all day.
Or ground and pound. There could be the fucking aggressiveness of the ground and pound. Or there could be Bogdangrad going, man, I got this cunt on the ground. He's not carving me up. I can just fucking hold him here. I could or submit him. You know, there's many levels to where this is going. Money, parlays are all on Riley, dude. The TK on Riley. The sprinkle, you've got to sprinkle. And I know everyone's going, you sprinkle money on everyone. I said, I'm sprinkling $5 on $10 here. You know what I mean? It's not like $100.
Because when they hit, they pay 10 to 1, 15 to 1. So
yeah, that's right. It's the 100.
You got to define a sprinkle. Some people, they don't know how to sprinkle, and then they get salty when they lose 3 of them. But you're happy because out of 4 or 5 of them, you hit 1.
No. Okay, so everyone, a sprinkle in Australia is $10, dude. All right. Anything more than $50, I'm putting money on.
Yeah.
All right. I'm putting when I put $50 and over, I'm investing now.
I very much believe that happens. Yeah. Like the Morales knockout at plus 320. I talked about it being a very dominant knockout at range. Brady not finding his way to the ground. and just getting caught out because the length, the reach, the snap of Morales is an issue. And it's fast, it's athletic, it's explosive. So when I saw that prop at plus 320, yeah, I definitely had more like simultaneous bets that I hammered, like fight by finish, respecting the submission game from Brady on the ground and his training for that fight. But Morales was just like, yeah, plus 320. I'm going to invest emotionally in this as well because I truly see it happening. So, yeah, it's definitely good. When you're betting good, hard earned money,
Jackson.
you should hopefully believe it hits too. Goes without saying. Anyways, for the Riley fight, do you got anything more on that one, or you want to take the lead on this next
Nah,
fight?
mate, I'm all good. I'm sprinkling on. Actually, I'm going to change my parlay. I'm going to actually go Bogdan to win.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Riley,
Yeah, fuck
but
it.
yeah, we'll play with some props by Grad.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get lucky. Moving up the next card here, or the next fight, we got Tiger taking on, was it Kyoji?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gucci.
he's
Gucci. Can we call it Gucci?
he's actually like pretty highly regarded from what I've seen, but it's still more of like who have you fought in your activity, right? Um, Tiger's at least pretty disciplined, well versed. He's got a good range advantage on a lot of the guys he's fight, like the reach. He's kind of like a little Sean Woodson from Russia with some grappling, of course. So, um, yeah, I like Tiger as a pick, but man, if you know how these Russian fighters get over favorited, negative 300 territory. I would look at that point at Koji to see if he could get it done by I don't know. Maybe just money line, honestly. Who knows if he could win?
Brother,
I don't expect him to, though.
can I throw this out?
Yeah.
This, I'm going to put money on to be the most boring fight of the night. Fight's going to end by decision. I actually definitely toilet breaking during this fight, 100%. Look at the stats between the two, man. Most of them go by decision. Tiger, yeah, I'm not really interested. I can see this just being on the ground. Everyone's with it, and I can see a decision here by points. But I am going Tiger.
Yep, same.
I'm going to take, yeah. I'm going to pick Tiger to grapple this way out, to hold it down. Might pull off a submission. But I don't see this being too exciting at all. Yeah. Wasn't really cool with this one.
Yeah, I think especially location here, you can't help but also imagine that there's going to be some pretty heavy biasism if it does go to the judges, like we said earlier. So even if this guy turns out and looks as good as we heard he can be, it doesn't mean that it's going to be like just a guaranteed, white wedding.
It's definitely a fight I'm not parlaying on, sort of sticking away from. I'm not going to let this. I'm not going to let this fight ruin what I think I might be on is a good thing. You know what I mean? So, and if I think a fight's going to go to decision, I'm not interested, dude. If these guys are just going to do that, you're not going to last too long in the UFC anyway. You know what I mean? Dana doesn't like it. The fans don't like it. And you know what? Winning by decisions all the time, we see where that gets you. You know what I mean? Look at Ezelov, Mose Ezelov, unbeaten record, decision machine he is. Still hasn't got a title fight. Belal Muhammad, 10-0, decision machine. Just got one because he had to. They had to give it to him. So these guys got to fucking step up. You can have that stupid records you want to look at. Take some losses. Go outside the box. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not all father's plan for everyone. Father had a plan for some people. Some of these guys aren't even part of that crew, and you can't wrestle, and you can't. And I don't know. I'm not saying go out and kill each other, or maybe do. No, I'm just saying, like, Christ, you're meant to be the best in the world, man. the best in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And if you're wrestling for 15 minutes, go back to the gym and become a wrestler and represent and go to the Olympics like DC did. All right? Don't take that shit and bore our sport. That's what I'm going to say. You're boring our sport at the moment. You're boring it. Okay? There's American wrestling. That was quite exciting. The Dagestani wrestling and the Shevchenko wrestling and the Eastern European wrestling is very safe, very effective, obviously. Oh, God damn. It puts Dana to sleep. It puts us to sleep. The only thing I got good about these fights is there's great odds. Anyway, great odds against them. Against Shevchenko was, I went, like, that's all I get out of these things. But fuck, guys. Can one of these wrestlers throw a spinning fucking back kick? Can one of these wrestlers do a trip and a fucking Kimura? Can one of them do anything except putting me to sleep? See, I never picked on anyone, brother. I just picked on the sport itself, wrestling. I'm starting to get pissed off.
Sorry, just getting some things updated with the stream. Yeah, no, there's those who are so excellent at it and so dominant at it that, yeah, you're going to believe in it. You're going to bet it. You know what I mean? It's just like an Islam Makhachev tier, Marab tier, just dominance, Pantoja. And yeah, Tiger's not really it. He's neither like the best in the striking or the grappling, but he definitely has physicality. He's definitely a weight bully. He finds himself to the division and he can hang because of it. So hard to fade him here. This other guy, if he becomes such an incredibly high underdog, like +400 or 500 value, maybe we sprinkle it, because I'm not overly convinced in Tiger being this bulletproof fighter. And this guy's at least got a lot of fight experience despite his level of opposition and activity recently. So, all right, let's move up. We got our heavyweight bout, highlighting the prelim portion of this card. Who do you got, Shamil? You got Spivak.
I got two props on this, and I guarantee these two props are going to win. Shamil by TKO or the Polar Bear by submission. Okay?
Okay.
I thought about this fight. I looked at location. I looked at everything. I respect the Polar Bear's fucking ability, man, on the ground. He has proven it. He's pretty good on the fucking ground. I like his stand-up. But I think fucking old mate's going to try and wrestle Polar Bear. I think Polar Bear's going to take him down. And I think Polar Bear's going to submit Shamil. Or Shamil walks in and knocks out Polar Bear. Which we know Polar Bear's quite proud to being KO'd as well. So
what's the fight by finish prop?
Okay, because this one was interesting. By the way, I'm a Polar Bear fan.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Polar Bear fan more than a Shamil fan. Okay, so I'm a bit of old school. I'm following the Polar Bear. The odds are 223 just for the win. Shamil's obviously the favorite. Now let's go to the method of victories, gang. Polar Bear, 625 either way, submission or knockout. Even Stevens at $6 each. Shamil is $2.45 for a TKO and $8.75 for a submission.
What about Spivak's props again by method?
TKO, $6.25 to $1. Submission, $6.25 to $1. Exactly the same. He is even Stevens. So the bookies have sort of gone, Polar Bear's got two ways to win this fight.
Yeah.
He can do it on the ground and he can do it on the feet. He's still not the favorite.
What's his prop by finishing like +300, 400?
Polar Bear by finish, yes, at $3.40.
I'd play that.
$3.40.
I'd play that
by
instead.
finish.
Yep, I'd play that instead.
That's pretty safe, right? That's a nice that's a beautiful parlay piece, I reckon. for a nice long shot parlay piece that you want to, like a two-wayer, so you throw a polar bear in for a finish.
So yeah,
You know what I mean?
you probably what you do is you at the very least sprinkle on that unless you believe it, or you're taking Shamil by knockout. But you're kind of playing both sides, anticipating the knockout by Shamil or whatever Sergey can do on the ground. Because if Sergey can't get this fight to the ground, it's not dead or rights on the feet. He definitely can do it. But man, we know he can't fucking take it. And Shamil has one of those fucking pumpkin heads that you're not going to crack the easiest. He's going to eat a lot of shit, and he's eating it in exchange of delivering something to you instead. And so he's a fucking forward marching bruiser who you have to literally David Goliath style hit the slingshot, something crazy, an elbow, a kick, something that an uppercut, something that's not just a jab and a hook, because you're probably gonna let him eat it in exchange of putting you on your ass, and that's just how Shamil marches through people. So you got to represent, the region of the world. Not bad for either men, but man, Shamil's so favored here in many regards. He's definitely got a good following and sensation behind him. 75% have him on Tapology, all of which pretty much 82% of that has him by knockout. So I'm going to take Shamil as a pick, Shamil as a knockout, but from a betting standpoint, I'm going to sprinkle with the Spivak finish for sure.
Mate, I've got Shamil by knockout because I'm not going to go the old school. Like I said, I'm a fan, but what I've been seeing, a lot of my old school boys are getting old. It's just plain and simple. How's that sound?
Yeah.
These old guys, these not old guys, these fighters, they're aging in the sport. They're not aging. They're only 34, 38, 39. But this sport is not a 38. In the normal human life, 38 is fucking young. You know what I mean? You're not fucking retired all of a sudden. These guys retire and they got back injuries. So in the sport, Vivek, I think I have to go no unks here. I've got to go with the location. Remember I said that at the beginning, location, and this is a very important location. I believe this is a political location as well. So with that being said, I think this is just not about sport. I think this is about everything. There's a bigger picture to what's going on here. So that's why I'm still sticking with the Middle Eastern gang, and I'm going to go by finish, but I am definitely sprinkling on Spivak as a fan for that $3.25 Toad. And I'm going to even do a little bit more specifically on the submission.
Good shit. Yeah. No, I think it's a good bet for sure. Yeah, I could see Shamil just eating a bunch of fucking ground and pound, and maybe it gets stopped there, but more than likely submission. Because if anyone's getting knocked out, it's more than likely Shamil. But I like this fight by finish. I like that line. Yeah, I think it's safe here. I'll definitely bet that in some parlays as well. Moving into the main card, you got Jack Hermanson taking on fucking Oralbai. You just gotta love it. Oralbai is one of those guys that I do get excited to watch him fight. I know I'm always in for a fight if he's in there and he's facing any kind of adversity. Interesting choice in weight. He's not going to have that physicality and size advantage. And if his shots absorbed at 155 weren't incredible for him, then I do worry more for him at 170. Theoretically, he should be more resilient. He should be tougher, and he should be able to take more damage, but I don't know. I'm not saying that Jack Hermanson's a KO artist at this point in his career. I think he's also heading off to the sunset before you know it. But I do think that Oralbai staying at 170, he's going to have a hard time with these other fucking guys that aren't going to have a Rebeski toe-to-toe war where we're both bleeding and the crowd's going crazy and they're just chanting you on like a gladiator. You are going to get knocked the fuck out at this weight class. Just say. So Jack Hermanson is a crafty vet dog in this fight. He's got the ability to not just tit for tat, but he's very good at countering, like off his back foot, working off the edge of the octagon, circling away from you, kind of like what you saw in the fight with Pfeiffer. Coming in, kicking. And I see Orobide kind of just marching and chasing Jack in this exchange, this sequence, and eating some of these shots. And due to again, him not having that sniper physicality like he had over so many guys at 155, he's the one being surprised by Jack at range. He's the one eating some of these shots and trying to feel the difference in power. I see Jack Hermansson pulling an upset in this fight. He's away from home. He's just, I don't know. Orobide has to first show me what he can do at this weight class before I can take everything off his resume and drop it in place and go, okay, and we're back. I just don't see this being a weight cut that made a lot of sense based on he wasn't really a fucking bully at 155 and now he's coming up 10 in weight. If I see him at weigh-ins and he looks like a fucking monster, I'll be so quick and easily changing my mind back. But I don't know. Orobide, I have to see what he can do at this weight class. He's just another Pfeiffer fighting Jack to me that's going to get further kind of checked apart based on experience and expertise in the striking department. So I can't fade Jack, and I think this one saves his contract for now to be more in that gatekeeper realm still of these prelim guys.
My brother. This is that long shot I talked to you about. This is that one that I said I think we might agree on. Right at the beginning of the pod, I said we're going to agree on one long shot. I have a feeling we're going to agree on this one, right? And guess what? Mate. As soon as I saw this, and I already put money on it because I didn't want the odds to go down. Yeah. I got it at $3. I got Jack Hermansson to win at $3.40. Now, this is my cool odd. Now, I'm going to have to say this. This is the one I stole from Matsy's Bets. Okay? Mm-hmm. Out there, Matsy's Bet.
Oh, he has this one as a bet too.
Yeah.
It's Matty Bets, not Masty.
Matsy's Matty Bets. There you go.
Yeah, Matty Bets.
There you go. Yeah. So I stole this one. So I already picked Hermansson, right? When I saw it, he already posted something which I never even thought about. I just picked $3.40. What a great fucking beautiful parlay piece, right? You know, Hermansson fucking mixed in with a bit of let's get there. And then I had to look at it myself. Hermansson's submission on is crazy.
Yeah, what's his prop?
$11 to 1.
That's crazy. What's his just money line value?
His money line is $3.40.
I'd take that. That's good.
You've got to, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm locking in as that my long shot of the week, right? Hermansson first is my lock in. Secondly, Matty Bets, I've already locked in. He put $2,000 on that, right? Already. So he posted it, put it in. I put by submission, right? And then he posted another bet to the fight to end by finish. Because he said maybe my rack might fucking be able to finish him on the ground. So I found that very interesting. So like I said, we take information from a lot of people. I already backed him and Manson before that. I never backed him for the submission. Okay? Till I saw Matty Bets backing for the submission. I got thinking. And then I looked at the odds. I went, wow, interesting. Upper weight, the size difference, the ground, the fucking, yeah. So I took this bet originally on my own, but I extended it through Matty's Bet. Thank you, brother. Whether I win or lose, I think that's a good prop from him. I followed that prop, the submission prop from Jack Hermansson, brother.
Yeah.
I think it's a great bet. I think he pulled that one on the head.
Let me Let me take a look here. I'm pulling up props too. I'll go ahead and let you break down this next one while I wrap up, like my favorite bet on that fight. But
No, you're
Jack
good,
Jack
mate.
Moneyline's a good prop. I know mine are a lot worse than yours, so I'll have to see what the submission prop is, but definitely a
Yeah, so
possibility.
he's so let me have a look. He posted his submission prop. He posted it.
No, I mean that's
One
what he's getting.
plus 1750.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um, I
That's
definitely
why
don't
he
expect
said
to get the same prop.
yeah, so it was more about the prop for me. When I saw that prop, and we know Hermansson's a fucking nasty piece of work on the ground, dude.
Yeah, his money line's only
We,
plus 200 for me. Also, his decisions plus 400, submission plus 900, and knockout plus 12. See, for me, I'm sprinkling on submission and knockout. Honestly, the
yeah, so his money
his
line.
points is like the same as fucking the money line. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
so I got his money. I bought his money line yesterday at $3.40. Today it's $3.06. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I believe I believe after weigh-ins you're going to see that money line drop down to about $2.80. I think it's going to drop a bit lower. I think people are going to sort of sit back and go, wait there. Like you hit it on the head, mate. Moving up in size, moving up in class, not Hermansson, you know what I mean? Um, some people can do it. Now everyone thinks they can do it. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like, hey, I might as well like, look at me. I'm going to go be a heavyweight. Look at me. Fight at 135, brother. You know what? I can't just move up to heavyweight. I can't just move up. And you know what? I don't eat that much fucking food. I'm like a fucking greyhound cunt. You know, so I don't know. And Hermansson is just naturally fucking built like that. So this is a great odd. I'm picking Hermansson in my parlay legs. If Hermansson loses, I'm basically losing a few parlay legs here. I'm going to be very disappointed because I'm really believing Hermansson's going to do this. I believed it before I saw the submission prep before Matsey's. I thought as soon as I saw it, and then I saw,
Matsy.
I went, wow. I'm going to call it Matsey because you know what? In Australia, we do everything. So for you, it's always going to be Toadsy. If your name's fucking Bill, it's Billy. If your name's Ted, it's Teddy. We just throw a Y or a S or we just slang it out, brother. We just slang it out down here. Someone's Matt, it's always Matty. Someone's name's Damien, it's Damo. My name's Klaus. They call me Klausy. Just add a Y.
Yeah,
Very casual.
yeah. Do that too.
Just add a Y.
Dan to Danny.
Toady.
Yeah.
Okay, Toady, how are you, brother? See, more casual than the Toad. Hey, Toad. Or, hey, Toady. See, you got to add the Y, mate. Australian fucking slang.
Fucking Toady.
Toady.
All right, I'll have you help me break down this next fight, Lethal.
Yeah, you do. I'm gonna go.
Alonzo
So we
Manifield's
got
taking on Vulcan. Go ahead and give me your breakdown.
So I've got the time. Vulcan Ozdemir on the feet. Beautiful. Got to the title contention. Fought for the fucking belt. Lost. Got there. Experience. All over fucking flock of seagulls. One Vulcan. I've looked at it. I picked Vulcan. But then, I went fucking, I see Manyfield not standing there like a big fucking black fucking strong American black boxing strong cunt. I see him wrestling. I see him taking down Vulcan, taking away the fucking the striking of Vulcan and winning this fight via that way. I don't know why I see that. I think it's a very logical thing. On the feet, Vulcan is going to fucking, I believe, carve up Manyfield. I believe Manyfield is going to shoot. He's going to push him to the cage. He's going to take him down for 3 rounds and win this fight. I'm going as my second long shot knock-in, I'm going Manyfield. Not because it's going to be exciting. I think Manyfield is very strong. He's stronger than Vulcan. He's bigger than Vulcan. Right? Vulcan's quicker on the feet. His hands are pretty awesome. I can't see Vulcan knocking out Manyfield to start with. Right? How do you knock out a big fucker?
But yeah, Manyfield, unless he charges in like a rhino, he's typically he's able to like clinch up, wrestle, recover, not get himself out of the fight as much. If he's trying to brawl, he's learned that he absolutely gets fucking
Manyfield by decision. Yeah. Manyfield by decision. Literally. I think this is going to be one of those fights. He's going to nullify Vulcan. He's going to drag this one out because he doesn't want 50 grand. He just wants to win. You know what I mean? There's a difference. People want 50 grand, they walk in like Prates. People want to keep their job, you just fucking hold them on the ground.
The thing,
Vulcan has only got...
The thing is, Lethal...
I think Vulcan can... Sorry, brother?
Sorry, I was just going to say, kind of wrap up where I was at real quick. I don't see him getting a win in this fight, though. I mean, Manyfield normally does that to survive like a gunfight where he's losing or recover, take a second, catch his breath. But dude, Vulcan has literally, as the nickname suggests, he has no time. He will fucking knock you out or take you to deep waters and start to work on choking you out. So I actually see Vulcan winning by finish in this fight.
So what I've done on my end, right? So I'm picking Manyfield as a long shot. My lock-in is fucking Hermanson, right?
Yeah.
So my lock-in long shot, the one lock-in is Hermanson. But I'm picking Manyfield, and I've got Vulcan on many parlays, like all my locked-in ones, but I do have Manyfield like locked in with fucking Spivak. How do you see? There you go. I've already locked that parlay in. I didn't even see it, but I've already locked it in. So remember I said I'm going to mix a Spivak in with something stupid? Well, I'm going to mix a two-way parlay of a Spivak and a Manyfield. So that's sort of what I'm going to do with Manyfield.
So you got Manyfield by knockout at plus 500.
Yeah, I'm going to play with Manyfield. Does that make sense? I'm going to play. Yeah. I'm going to play with the money that he's giving, not with his skills. Manyfield's more of a. I'm playing with the odds. The odds are fucking pretty crazy. He's 3-1 just to win. Manyfield by TKO $6, points $5. See?
Yeah. See, I would take a money line over points and his knockout prop. His submission prop's high, but it's likely not hitting. I think Manyfield's a good money line dog. And then if you look at Vulcan's knockout prop at plus 500 and his submission prop at 850 on my end, I think that's where it's at.
Yeah, so his knockout prop's 625. Submission prop Manyfield is $17 on my end.
Dude, Vulcan's knockout's only plus 140 for me. So yeah, I would rather just sprinkle on the Manyfield prop for the upset. Definitely sprinkle on a submission at plus 900. His points aren't shit. Yep. His knockout isn't shit. I'm gonna look at fight by I'm gonna look at the distant props on this too, but I think honestly Manyfield, because he has that standing guillotine, because he can throw a bomb, because he can just kind of grind out and barely edge out a decision, it would be very, very fucking sharp for you to say Manyfield and Method in this fight. I think Manyfield is safer if you pick him at all as a dot or as a money line, and you probably should be looking at the Vulcan to win the fight by a finish. But the decision's definitely live in this fight too. So.
Right.
From a prop standpoint, it just doesn't pay anything, sadly, because it's so expensive.
No. Like, as I was saying, I've only got Manyfield grinding this out to the decision, mate. There's only one way I can see him doing this.
What's a decision? Plus 500, you said?
580. I'm going to go with you. I'm sticking with the 3-1. I'm not that greedy, brother.
The knockout,
3
the
to 1's good.
submission prop. I mean,
Yeah. I'm not going to go that stupid. I'm just going to go 3 to 1 for Menifield to win in all three directions.
see, for me,
I'm going to put.
he's only plus 190 dog. So I'd almost wait for like a live prop for that to even boost up even higher. While Vulcan's like looking good with the striking early on and just kind of letting go. And if he hasn't quite grappled up, caught up, came back in the fight.
I can see Menifield taking this to the ground. No shit, within 60 seconds.
You think so?
30 seconds. I can see him doing this, that, and within 60 seconds, he's going downtown. He's sucking dick. He's going downtown, brother. Telling you. Okay.
Yeah, his props for decision just aren't super good for me, or money line really. Plus 190, I'd almost wait for a live prop to boost higher. See Vulcan actually coming out swinging early, hits the first couple strikes. Menifield's first update goes to like plus 250. 2-3 minutes into the first round, Menifield finally gets his takedown, starts to secure the end of one, starts to come ahead in the fight. And if he ends up winning, rinse, repeat recipe all the way through 15 minutes. But it's got to be something more than plus 190 for me.
Yeah. So look, parlay-wise, everyone, if my stepson asked me every weekend after I do the pod, he goes, I do my picks, and he asks me, he goes, brother, without all the bullshit, what do you really is going to happen? Tell me. And I said, honestly, right now, just being in the groove, it's Vulcan.
Yeah,
right?
Vulcan wins this
Vulcan's the safe bet.
That's what I'm saying. Don't go down the rabbit hole for Menifield in this fight.
No,
I have a good feeling
that's right.
Vulcan wins it.
No, because last weekend he asked me, so I was up money, right? And he was sitting back and he went, dude, I got $20. It was last 4 fights. And he said, no bullshit. What do you really reckon? And I went, bam. Submission by Islam or points. I picked. He got that. He won $120. But because he said to me, what did he say? Very important. This is not about having fun. I want to make money. Please, I need to buy smokes. So I went, all right, here we go, cunt. 4 fights left. You got $20. Right? So I picked. I didn't pick Darush like I picked. You know what I mean? I didn't pick fucking Leon Edwards. I said, dude, don't do me. Do this. And he goes, why? And I said, well, I've done 2 podcasts. I've talked to the Toad. I'm online. I'm talking to the boys. And this is where my boys are. Not me. Not me. Where my boys are. So I said, to make money, go down the fucking this road. And guess what? $120, dude. Done. On the road. You know what I mean? So when someone asks me the question, you've got to give them the right answer. If someone says, who do you think's going to win? We could talk like this for fucking hours, dude, which we have been.
Yep.
You know? It's really hard. And it's hard till you pick it at that moment. Sometimes I pick a fight as they walk out. As they're walking out, I'm like, oh, dude, I get this feeling. And I'm like, oh, man, got this. I'm changing that, cashing that one in. And all of a sudden, I'll flip it. Because I just sit back and I see a look in their face. I see something in the other one. I see them walking to the ring because I've got 1 second before they change it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I sit back and I go, wow, he didn't look in that crash shot, or I like the energy of this fighter right now, you know? So sometimes I wait to the end. Sometimes when people ask me, hey, can you make me money right now? I won't pick my stupid bets. I won't say, hey, go Darush, go that. That's a fucking, you know what, those stupid parlays that I play. You know what I mean?
Those
My
first 3
stepson.
fights were pretty safe by finish, and I knew it. Those were great fights, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's what I would tell people.
You know, so,
like instead of the fighter and method, that's like so specific, and you do miss those. So look at a fight with 2 killers and someone who can get clipped. And we mentioned Beneil like having that issue with his chin, BSD being a loaded gun off the rip. And when remember you gave your breakdown about Dariush and respecting all of his opponents. And I said, well, what's
Yeah.
different about all those guys is none of them fight like BSD. And they only took less than 15 seconds. Here it is.
I talked about that military fucking where they're wound one way. He's gonna do this. Well, old mate thinking he's a black belt trying to point fight. BSD is not a black belt, he's a brown belt, but that cunt's a fucking killer. And there's a difference between killers and black belts that fight in the gym. I went Benil Darush, but like you said, thank you for pointing that out. But I did fucking call that man. I said, he's only got one direction. He only knows one way.
I think that's just part of doing like
though.
a fucking BSD breakdown. If you're not giving him his flowers for being a finisher and a killer in his own regard, then you're just a fucking hater. Like, I know he didn't show up and look good against Moicano, and that's when people really lost steam in him. But dude, like, he didn't lose his aura really until he got knocked by Dustin, and that's still like an accomplishment to be even fighting him. So,
but what we found is every time he's lost because he's walked straight into a line. Moicano, he walked straight in. Moicano pissed him up. Dustin knocked him around. This fight, he walked straight into a line as well. A different line, a slightly different line. They even said they told him to lower his stance to stop the takedowns. They told him to do this. They told him to do that. Great fight, great BSD. Well off track though, but yeah, just definitely going to take look. Manyfield is my long shot, a second long shot, but he's not a parlay piece. Maybe like two parlays. Like I said, I'm mixing a Spivak with a Manyfield. I've got a couple. I've already put this parlay in, bro. All right. At the end, I'm going to tell you, it gives me $4,000 for $20. I actually put it in. I'll post it. But it's the 4 long shots in the top 5. I believe we're going to have a long shot top 5 main card here.
Let's do it. Let's wrap up these last 2 fights, and then you can post it up, my man. We got Bilal Muhammad taking on Ian Machado Gary. It's a good matchup. I think this, out of all the guys Gary could be fighting, is probably, I don't know, I'm not going to call it the easiest or safest fight because it's not. Bilal Muhammad is a grinder. He gets a lot of wins whether you like him or not. His grappling is keeps him pretty safe in a lot of fights, and he can also take quite a bit of a beating. Gary, despite having like this weird up and down super early in his career in UFC, his ability to want to learn, grow, travel, collaborate, and just become a better martial artist has really made him level up. I was really hoping we'd see this guy flatline for a good period of time, and it just never happened. So I thought the fight with Shavkat for sure would be my favorite day of my life, getting to watch Shavkat eat him alive, and that did not happen at all. So Bilal Muhammad could have some success in this fight with his grappling more than Gary, but he doesn't have to go 25 minutes, which is huge, because I could see this being hard to do against Gary. Gary getting to the feet, resetting, and when he lets go, he's the one winning the fight back. He's the one inflicting the actual damage in the fight, and he's the one that has a shot to come back on points and get a finish, or slightly edge out a finish or a decision win. But remember what we were talking about earlier, Lethal, with all Dana's little sand lizards and where we fight around the world and where we're at?
Yes.
Bilal, absolutely, he's from the United States, but he's very invested with what's going on around the world in the Middle East. Just all the bullshit, all the warfare, all the nonsense going on around the world. He's very open to it. He's very emotional to it. He likes to bring awareness to UFC, and he's got a big heart, man. So I could see the bully having more experience in the area that Gary's going to want to try to bully, and Bilal being the bully and getting the decision win based on just grappling, doing enough striking to keep alive, or simply put, Gary mixing it to edge it out. Very much the same. I don't expect one fighter to start from the beginning of this fight and win the fight. I expect this to be a back and forth fight a bit. So I'm curious to see how that looks.
So you got Bilal or Gary?
I am going to take. I'm going to take Bilal. Ian
Nice.
Gary has mostly fought strikers. Yes, he's fought people who can mix it. Shavkat, very true. I don't think he was at his best. Came off with some injury, went through the fight. It made Gary look better than what I think he actually is in that realm. He's not going to get to bully the bully. And so when you make Gary a standalone striker, it's just not Bilal's style to sit back and let you kick him and punch him. He knew in that last fight with Rocky that he wanted to spruce it up. And Leon's not like a big finisher. He's not a big knockout artist. So that was like Bilal wanting to test himself, show the world he was a boxer. He made all the jokes about how he's the Canelo of UFC. And Bilal really wanted some love. He really wanted to open up his boxing and show to himself in the world that he is a boxer too and focus on that discipline. He didn't really grapple at all against Leon for the most part. So doesn't mean it's not there. I think this will be a reminder match where Ian Gary, I don't know, gets taken to deep waters where he just doesn't get away with it as much.
Brother? Yeah. This was one of my parlay long shots. Hey, I'm not a Bilal Muhammad fan.
Yeah.
The disrespect on the odds. Let's talk numbers here. Just talk numbers. Now, I tell you what, I'm more of a fan of Bilal Muhammad than I am a big mouth fucking Ian Gary, all right?
Yep.
Talk about self-promotion and sticking a dick up your ass. What a fucking wanker. What an absolute tool of a man, right? Who the fuck do you think you are? You can't designate yourself the best in the world at anything when you've lost a fight. You can't do anything. You just got to grow yourself and fucking get up the table. I don't know who writes your fucking dialogue, you fucking ass, but you're a young punk from Ireland. You're not fucking Conor McGregor, all right? You're not even fucking close. And by the way, Ian Gary, the greatest fighter in the world, you claim, self-proclaimed, the most boring fucking greatest fighter in the world I've ever seen. Ever. Prediction, Ian Gary, if he wins, which I don't think he wins because I'm on the Bilal train here. And here we go, Bilal. You're as fucking as boring as fucking Ian Gary. Jesus Christ. It's like watching two slugs mate in the fucking grass. Honestly. Like, what the fuck? This fight is exciting in a way because someone's going to shut their fucking mouth at the end of it. Please be it Ian Gary. Please, Ian Gary, shut your fucking mouth. You fucking young cunt fool. Your fucking old woman writing your fucking dialogue. Your fucking posts cringy. All right? You're not fucking funny. And you're not cool enough to be cool in the school. So don't bring your names up with fucking Islam and GSPs when you do your shit. All right? Shut the fuck up. Beat the other boring cunt, Bilal, who's going to bore the fuck out of us as well, because he's going to take you down, Ian Gary. All right, Toad. Deep waters at $3.15 to 1. Ian Gary, shut your fucking mouth. Bilal is going to win this fucking fight in Qatar, and that's it. It's done. And then the UFC don't know what to do with either. You got boring fucking Ian Gary and you got boring Bilal. Neither of them after this. Ian Gary, oh, if I win this fight, I'm going to get a title shot. A dickhead. You're a fucking dickhead.
All right.
You should have got a title shot 50 fights ago, you fucking wanker. And he'll understand the language I'm saying because he's Scottish and Irish and I'm Australian. So,
and
wanker.
It's also Lethal Toad MMA, and only religiously does Lethal go on a witch hunt every week. So there it is. Ian Gary this week. on the fucking on
Done.
the post, town square, getting burned alive by lethal.
Ian Gary, I'm sorry, brother, but this fight, this is the co-main event, right?
Yeah. Yep.
The co-main event.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Fuck. Okay. Moving up the card
Yeah.
to the main event. We'll look at props on that one because that's also a coin flip fight. So I'm not being swayed one way or the other unless, you know what I mean? What are these decision props looking like?
Bel Muhammad's $3 to 1. Nice parlay piece
What's his
at
decision
3-1.
What's his decision one?
Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful. I didn't even think about that.
He is
Fuck.
a decision.
It must be a lot. Yeah. Here we go. $4.25 by points.
I'll take him by money.
To grind
line,
it out of the ground by points.
Yeah, I'll
to
take
sit
him
there
by money line, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's only plus 215
there
for
you
me,
go.
so again, you always just get better props.
But yeah, so that's where we are there. But yeah, definitely next fight. Sorry, Ian Gary, man. Hey, by the way, I got Ian Gary cards here, man. Fortunately, lucky I saved that. I nearly spilled it all. I just think you just talk too much, cunt. You just talk too much. Literally don't deliver on every fight, every press conference. This next fight, a guy talk about someone who talk and delivers. So let's get on to the next fight. Sorry, Ian Gary, but
you're good.
Dan Hooker and Arman.
Dude, Dan Hooker is the embodiment.
Is the most violent man
of BMF
ever.
I said it like well over a year ago. I wanted Hooker versus Gaethje for the BMF fight. I said to myself when I was thinking of the BMF like tournament when the belt wasn't doing anything for a minute, I was like, all right, so I want Gaethje to fight Dustin for the BMF, and then the winner of that should fight Dan Hooker because I love the fight that we got with Dustin and Hooker, and so worst case scenario we got that fight again. But dude, Gaethje and Hooker would be a car crash that would just melt your fucking eyes with entertainment. And so really had high hopes, not for him really becoming the champion, sadly, because I've always put other lightweights in front of Hooker as much as I love to watch him fight, but he's always been in that top level ceiling of the car crash division that made the lightweight division my favorite weight class of all time. It's just simply put, he was one of those guys that really helped keep the sport alive and growing, even more so than what it would have had without him. Like that Apex card with Dustin, cricket silent, hearing all the thuds from the leather, the jaws, the sounds, the grunts, the smacks, the cracks, and Dan the fucking Hangman Hooker was there. He was absolutely there, showing why he's a fucking problem. And this was not the broken, defeated Dustin. This was a very empowering, streaking quite well Dustin that went on to finish Conor McGregor. So you have to give credit where credit's due to this guy. Arman, he's a grinder just like Gamrot, but he's so much more smarter, physical, and I would argue more technical. And we just saw with Gamrot, hey, that didn't look so fucking great, my guy. Look what Arman did against Charles instead. So if Gamrot is winning the majority of this fight against Hooker is more active at the time and doesn't have as many of these fucking injuries and things going on with his body, and he's still getting Gamrot fucked and barely sneaks away with a decision win that I would have understood if he hadn't, despite I really wanted him to and I made money and I'm happy Hooker won that fight, then I would imagine Tsarukyan's going to absolutely fucking maul him on the ground. So as an emotional bet, being such a big underdog, Dan the fucking Hangman Hooker, plus 800 prop by knockout. We already put some money on it. And we're already just hoping that I can emotionally and financially benefit greatly from that fade at plus 800 prop. But I almost will put most parlays ending with Arman Tsarukyan in this fight. He is just sadly a vice that we were expecting the fight Islam, Ilya, Gaethje, maybe Patty.
So this is what I've done. I've parlayed every fight with Arman finishing, except 2 parlays. All right? And not 2 parlays. One bet, I've got Dan Hooker to win by TKO. Put $100 on it already to win 900.
Yeah.
Right? Done. That's the only. And the other bet is I put Dan Hooker and Bilal Muhammad back to back at 15-1, and I'll put $50 on it. So that gets me that's it. They're my only 2 Dan Hooker bets. That's the only 2. But when I did put the bets on, he's either finishing this fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I get my 900 at the TKO at 10-1 or 9-1. I believe, and this is why, I've never seen a human being like Dan Hooker. Physically, personally in my life, mentally, on the screen, in the octagon since 1993, to be quite honest. Apart from Robbie Lawler. That's the last person that reminds me of Dan Hooker. That grit, not the fighting style, just the personality that's inside the brain. And the Diaz brothers, sort of to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all day.
It's that click that I believe why I put $100 for Dan Hooker to win. Right? But I already posted my first pick. I've already put it out there on fucking Insta, brother. So I can't go back on it. And what I said on Insta, and I said this in under 2 minutes, by the way, on Insta, so I can do it in under a minute here. Arman Tsarukyan is going to do what Islam did to JDM. We're going to see the same from the same skill, from the same sort of pedigree of wrestling, from that range of country. Dan Hooker is going to come in as Dan Hooker does, like JDM and everyone does. The pedigree of wrestling is going to be very apparent in this fight. Dan Hooker will win this fight via TKO or knockout due to his reach, those beautiful kicks and knees. Apart from that, a reach makes no difference when someone is smothering on the ground. That was my Instagram fucking thing. Pick one, Arman Tsarukyan by submission.
And what's the prop you got on that, Lethal? Since yours are always so pretty good.
So the prop on that one, my brother, because I haven't put that one on, right? I put some on today as we were talking. The Dan Hooker one I put on because I didn't want the props to go down. The Arman Tsarukyan one was always going to stay the same. It's $4.80, which is pretty beautiful, by the way. I didn't realize it was that high. $4.80 for submission, nearly 5-1.
Yeah.
I think so, and this is why. Arman needs, he actually, on his interviews, let's go a bit psychological here. He looked at that Islam fight. On all his interviews, he said, oh, wow, Islam, oh, wow, Islam, oh, wow, Islam. What he was basically saying is, wow, that was a fucking great performance. He needs to stand out here. He knows Dana doesn't like him because of what you did. Dana doesn't like anyone that doesn't turn up to fucking work on the day. Plain and simple. You know? So you got fucking back squatted, mate. You got put back in the rank. He needs to finish this fight and be dominant. If he wins by points, I'm going to tell you this. Dan Hooker's going to win this fight. If he wins by points even and holds Dan Hooker down for 5 rounds, Dan Hooker's still in the UFC. So's Arman, but Dan Hooker's still getting privileges. He needs to finish this fight. He's not going to finish it on the feet because Dan Hooker is way too long, way too reachy. He won't get that close. Dan Hooker will fucking carve him up.
Can't let you get close.
100%. Yeah. As soon as it gets close, it takes away reach. You can be an 8 foot man. If I put you on the ground at 6 foot, you're not 8 foot anymore, are you?
Yeah. I only worry about Hooker, at range. He's got, you know,
He'll get
pretty
taken
good gas
down.
tank. He can definitely go, 15 plus minutes, but 25 minutes with the pressure of Arman.
And this is
Arman's
the
not
other
going to
thing on
just
the
be
Hooker
taking him
side.
down and like humping him like Gamrot did. Like Arman will be hunting submissions, be hitting him ground and
Okay.
pound. So, yeah.
This is the other psychological thing. Arman is a pretty boy.
Yeah.
Okay? He's a very pretty man. He's a pretty boy. Pretty boy complex. Right? Not a pretty boy. He actually doesn't like pretty boys. I believe there's a conflict here. I think there's good money be placed. If I was Drake and I had all that money, right?
Yeah.
If I was Drake, I'd put 200 grand on Hooker just to win at 5 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I had loose money. But I'm parlaying everything else. I'm just saying.
So
This is that long shot.
Are you taking Arman by finish, or are you taking his money line prop?
Arman by points. Arman by submissional points. Actually, okay, here we go.
Because let's talk
Arman by
props with
submission.
Arman, or else it doesn't make sense. His money line's terrible.
Okay. Arman by submission at $5.80 is what I'm going to take Arman at. Within rounds 1, 2, or 3 is $8. Okay,
That's
done.
Great. Yep.
I will take Hooker, which I already have. I've put $100 on Hooker just to win at $4.95, and I put 50 on him at the knockout at $10. So if he wins and knocks out, I get like over a ton.
Oh, yeah,
all I've done for Hooker though, with the parlay piece with Bilal, that's all I've done. So I've sort of gone Matsy's bets here. I've sort of done the whole Matty bets. I've gone you a bit, and this is my bet. This is not his. This is my fucking Matty bet. This is a classy lethal bet. Arman by submission. Nah, fuck him and Arman by submission. Fuck that shit. Hooker by knockout. Take it at $9 to 1. He's got this. He's got this. He's a different breed, brother. I've never seen anything like it. Neither of you, right? He's a fucking... Remember that Barboza Hooker fight? Barboza was kicking the shit out of him. Liver kick. Right up to the 3rd round, brother. And Hooker just sat there. No man can take that. Arman's about to face a guy that doesn't give a fuck. And that's a scary man to face. That's my end psychological and bet. I'm going Hooker. I'm picking Hooker. I have to repost that fucking first post because fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Arman, but bet on Hooker to make me very happy. Both again.
Yes.
From a fight fan perspective.
Hooker is Rick Panning on.
Fight fan perspective, but then also like it opens up top matchmaking with all exciting fights for him in the division. Guys that you want Hooker to fight before he's done. He is almost there. He's mid-30s, but the injuries to time in the octagon, you got to take advantage of his last few fights, especially. So, if you want the Gaethje
he's one fight away, brother.
Yeah,
one fight away. If he knocks out Arman, he is not Gaethje, not Paddy. Yeah. If he finishes the #1 contender, he is the #1 contender.
Yeah. Well, Arman's the #3 contender, rightfully so. It's got in the division, funny enough, Islam and Ilya just in front of him. So we'll see what that turns into because, yeah, you know what I mean? What's going to actually happen here at this division? Is Islam going to come back down and try to make the super fight with Ilya? Some people regret never doing those kind of fights. If Islam stays at 170, he may never want to go back down again. So, and I doubt we'll see Ilya come up. And so, yeah, I think that we'll get either Arman or Hooker to next fight, either for the belt, Gaethje or Paddy. Those are the three things that make the most sense. We'll see what happens here. It looks like Gaethje could be fighting Patty too. That'd be cool. Or Max fighting Patty. We just got to get Patty somewhere in the top 5. He deserves a shot up there. While Gaethje
He's got to
should
be
probably
there.
be getting his own title shot here and another fighter, or if not, it also. So yeah.
So my parlay pieces is Arman, but I've definitely invested. As you can see, I've invested a couple of $100 just in and Hooker over just two bets. You know, I'm probably going a little bit more money than this week than the last pay-per-view because I'm finding some of these fights pretty exciting. You know, I knew Shevchenko was going to go to points. Call that. Islam submission of points. Call that. You know what I mean? We did was some of these are very interesting. That's why I'm sort of like, dude, and the odds. Some of these odds, brother. I don't know whether I'm gonna find out. $9.50, $5 for Dan Hooker nearly, you know, for this. And like, wow.
Yeah, the whole card
The
has
money,
a lot of like really radical decision props.
yes.
It's like you're going with the underdog, but holy fuck, like some of these fights really are one road to victory. Hooker's not winning a decision. He's not winning a submission. Hooker, I mean, not that Hooker can't hit a submission. I just don't see it happening. Hooker is likely hitting a knockout or losing, right? So in a fight, there's one of two winners, and so to have an 800 prop at his level is crazy.
Hooker will throw about
should
three
absolutely get it done though. So, I'm not gonna call it donation, but it's definitely like I'm not emotionally expecting this bet to hit, but if it does, I'll be so fucking happy for like multiple reasons.
Hooker will throw three fucking leg kicks or liver kicks, probably body kicks.
Yeah,
straight off the bat. You know what he does? Boom.
Yeah, his kicks are really good for sure. I'm hoping he times Arman's takedown and just cracks him with like a elbow off the side of the head, or knee, like something like that. Yep.
But
because and I can see if Hooker goes to the ground, he's not winning the fight lethal. Like he's got to be able to get it done on the feet. So
it's a round one finish. Like it's a submission. That's a submission.
Like you got a good one. Like I like the combo round 1, 2, and 3 submission by Arman. It won't take much. He's not gonna play like Gamrot. He's more solidified for sure.
All day. All day. No, so I'm definitely there. That's it, man. We did it. We got that. Team, we got there, everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
we talked, we shot some shit, but I think we did some great picks. I think we faded a few. I think we got some beauty long shots.
2.5 hours.
Look, hey, dude, fuck, man. Hey, John Anik and fucking, they all do it for 2 hours as well. So,
all I can say about it is there's no wrong or right way of doing these. Everyone's got different styles. If you want to talk bets, if you want to pry back, if you want to make fight comparison, you know what I mean? We go through it in a good, like, methodic order. You know, where some people are just like in Instagram, like they want to make a 3-minute clip. This.
Oh, absolutely. We want to let people know what's going through our fucking head.
Yeah, exactly.
So why did you pick it? Why? Okay, I picked it because of the Topuria name, really. Sort of ignite. Let's be honest with them. Tell them
like when you're betting money, you want to like be more educated in what you're doing with your money.
Yes.
That's the way I look at it.
Yes. So. I want to let people know if they're going to gamble on me and you, right? They need to know what we actually feel. I just don't want to throw them a name and go, yeah, I could do that right now. I could pick the best odds, go through the flock of seagulls and go, yeah, it's goddamn fucking this. It's goddamn that. And follow everyone. But what we do is, why did you pick that? Do you know what? Because I believe this is the picture I have in my head. I can see this fight. If people want to fucking sit back and go, that is a true assessment, cool. But I'd rather have someone tell me the truth than tell me nothing at all and just throw me numbers. Yeah. Here's the favorite. Pick this guy. Yeah. Here's the favorite. Pick that guy. Oh, why? Or here's the long shot. Pick that guy. Why? We actually go through the fucking stats. We go through the fights. We sit back and then we go through and tell everyone, hey, I think my head is, we let people inside our brain. 2 hours, brother, 2.5 hours, they get inside our head. So hopefully that's helpful. It might confuse people, but hopefully it's fucking not confusing people. But at least they get to see inside our head and not like you're saying, those 3-second clips on Instagram. Boom, bang, bang. It confuses people. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a matter of time too. I get purposes of both content, but like for those who like want it, like what we're doing too is like we're openly talking out and smoothing over our own confidence and our own picks and bets. So anyone kind of enjoying the same kind of content hopefully has their opinions, their picks. If we've helped give you new perspective to something you didn't think about, that's awesome. But it's also nice when we all can agree, like, yep, this is why we think this way, and those are the ones you really, as a community, want to like lock in, hammer, celebrate. Because I mean, what more affirmation do you need? You know, you get 7, 8 people
If
are pretty sharp,
if
and they all
someone
think it
tells me
happens
to
that way. Then, well, probably happens that way.
if someone tells me to bet on someone and go, oh, dude, this is a guaranteed pick, just do it, put $100 on it. I'm going to ask him why, whether it's a dog race or horse race. Do you have inside information? Like, how do you know? Like, what's going on? You know? So that's what we're trying to do here. We're not just telling people to pick people.
Yeah.
We're telling them why. And we're giving them some information that we have or we have looked at over the week and that we have found on Instagram or Facebook or on the news or something that we might have on Ariel Hawani's show, all the research. We all fucking look around. And then we come back with this assessment. We look at the fighters and then we go, okay, with all this information, this is now, and this is why we sort of do the pod on the Thursday, I guess, you know, a little bit later than everyone else, so we can get more information instead of doing it straight away on the Monday, which everyone does. Have you noticed?
Mm-hmm.
They hit this week's fights on Monday.
They already have it
Fucking
made on
really?
Sundays, you know, the
Yeah.
day after the card. So I
They're,
get it. I 100%.
they're already hitting the fucking winners. Really, already hitting the winners straight after the fucking fights on the fucking day. But you haven't even looked into it. You don't know what's going on. You haven't researched. You're just posting these fucking crazy fucking wow. You know, so I'm hoping we're giving people more education than that. That's what I'm trying to say. That little bit more insight.
Yeah.
Might not be perfect, but at least it's something better than nothing. You know what I mean? And I hope you guys fucking feel like that too. Oh, I've got to chop up again. But we're nearly there.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely my time, just because work and stuff in the morning. But man, always a pleasure catching up with you, doing these fight breakdowns. Yeah, I'm wishing you the best, man. I know it's another Aussie for you, another legend, guy who I think is probably one of the most universally fun fighters enjoyed watched in the octagon. And if you've ever had a pleasure
I really
going to
hope.
one of his wars,
I mean, you have
in
red
person,
panty night.
crazy shit.
I really hope. If all my parlays lose and Dan Hooker wins, I'm all good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all good. Put it that way. Wins by TKO. I can lose every parlay. I'm just counting on that $900 one, brother. The TKO by Dan Hooker.
Yeah, all fucking day.
That makes all my money back. But with that being said, I've got plenty of parlays on, and I will post them. I'll send you my full picks, Toad. Like, I'll do the fucking thing. I'll do all of this, and I'll send them to you. I'll post them, and then I'll make them legal.
Yeah, no, let's fucking do it, man. Let's crush it. I wish you the best. Always, if there's anybody who can pick a good underdog, it's you. And there's a lot of good underdogs on this card that have a chance to make us some money. And again, if it's plus 10-1 props, I think it's almost impossible not to sprinkle.
Anything,
even if you don't think
anything
it happens, that's just such a high prop.
Anything that's stretcher, brother, we got to put on it because I've never seen anyone apart from Quinlan Skillard's Naskrat Prizat's head kick. That was stretcher. But that didn't pay $10 to one either. So, you know, you're talking like fucking, that didn't pay $10 to one. But Toad, thank you for being with me, man. Thank you for staying up. Peace out, everyone. Lethal Toad MMA, MMA Toad, Lethal Hand Collectibles. We're all one fucking big family here. I'll catch you during the week, Toad, and I'll catch you during fight. The fight start at 2 a.m. in the morning here for me, so it'll be early morning, early. But I'll be there.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, my brother.
All right, much love. All right, peace.
Peace out, bro.
Yeah, bye. All right, guys, thanks for tapping in. It was a great breakdown of this card. Definitely a good ass time with Lethal as usual. Drop Lethal Toad MMA some love, Lethal and Collectibles some love, and myself MMA Toad. We'll be signing off. Much love. We'll catch you next week. We're gonna find out Saturday night. More like Saturday morning for most of us in the world watching this fight. But yeah, Hooker's gonna have a hard time in this one, so we can bet because the prop's so crazy and there's some respect that comes with that, but Arman should take this fight. All right. Much love, y'all. Peace.